bad government in Nigeria. Nigeria Watch, the only media that have been consistent speaking against the bad government and for the purpose for reformers. Nigeria Watch, yo. No more bad government. Nigeria Watch. No more bad government. Nigeria Watch. No more bad government. The only media that have been speaking. No more bad government. The voice of the voiceless. No more bad government. No more bad government. For the poor, no more bad government. Nigeria Watch, no more bad government. Nigeria Watch media, no more bad government. No more bad government. No more bad government. In Nigeria, no more bad government. No more bad government. No more bad government. The only media, the number one media in Nigeria, no more bad government. That have been speaking against government. No more bad government. Nigeria Watch, no more bad government. Nigeria Watch, yo. The voice of the voiceless. The voice of the voiceless. Voice for the voiceless. Voice for the voiceless. Nigeria Watch media. Voice for the voiceless. Nigeria Watch media. Voice for the voiceless. The only media that have been speaking against bad government. Being consistency since 1944. Voice for the voiceless. Voice for the voiceless. Umuwame. Voice for the voiceless. Umuwame. Voice for the voiceless. 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 Nigeria Watch, yo. We have been seeing all you guys have been doing.
On the role of civil society in these events. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much, Mr. Showore. Mr. Showore, first off, let's ask you an evaluation of the past 9 days, today the 10th day. What's your view on the direction the protest has gone so far?
Well, it has been very, very successful, and I'm not saying it because we're involved. It is my own assessment, and we're starting to see that the people of Nigeria have woken up, and the sleeping parts of Nigeria are also waking up. I watched this morning a clip by a group of Nigerians known as patriots visiting Tinubu in Abuja, asking him to start the process of making a people-oriented constitution. That's our number one demand out of the 15. And they made an eloquent request about the need for it. I cannot speak to the processes they suggested because that's not something that we are interested in right now. But people are waking up, and they also made it very clear that they told Tinubu and his security agents not to kill people who are legitimately asking for their rights. And you have seen that there's been a lot of rush in terms of interventions. Suddenly, they're releasing money left, right, and center for grants. They are making all kinds of efforts to make sure that Nigerians are calmed down. But it is for us a little bit, too little, too late. But this is 10th day as I'm speaking with you. Abuja is on the streets to for the grand finale, and I think Lagos will join soon. Port Harcourt will do so. But we must not forget to mention that a lot of high-handedness, extrajudicial killings, and a lot of shenanigans by security agencies would not be overlooked. This was completely terrible handling of Nigerians who are asking for their rights peacefully that we saw in Kano, we saw in Kaduna, even in Lagos, where thugs were driven to various centers where protests were happening, to beat up peaceful protesters and even journalists, including your journalists. I'm surprised that you didn't ask the Lagos guy why they decided to send thugs to beat you guys up. But that's a conversation for another day.
Oh, yes, indeed. I mean, speaking of the demands and the protests, today is the last day. Demands have been made, and the government, the president has come out to address it. And he also talked about somewhat of a negotiation or some sort of talks on the sidelines. But if I'm correct, about some days ago, you posted a non-negotiable list of demands that are core demands of the protesters. And those non-negotiable demands, I must have to ask, this is day 10, right? If it's non-negotiable, do you think that it's been achieved then?
No, this is day 10 of a series of revolts that will hit Nigeria if these demands are not met within a period of time. And let me let you in today, being the first, sorry about that, being the first station that we will tell this, that these protests will resume from the beginning of October. And they might even resume earlier, depending on situational variables. And when we start in November, we will not stop until these demands are met. So already that conversation is going on among planners and organizers and the public, members of the public about this. So
just to get it right, 1st of October, which is Independence Day.
Yes. Well, they're on Independence Day. We want to fight for real independence starting from that day.
Now, I must ask, given all of the situation that have occurred during the hashtag #EndBadGovernance protests, from the dispersing of protesters with live bullets, ammunition, to the curfews that was imposed, as well as the events that we saw in Kaduna and Kano, do you think that still going back on the streets to demonstrate is the answer to call for these demands?
Yes, because that's the only language they understand. They don't understand any language.
The first of those words, constitution. Nigeria does not have a constitution. You have Decree 24 of 1999 that was written by a band of military bandits in cahoots with their civilian collaborators. A few well-meaning men were involved in that exercise. But when you have the people who have not written their own constitution, you cannot, in such a circumstance, speak to citizens. Citizens write constitution. They write the rules based on their consensus as to how they wish to govern their space. They are the ones who then determine what kind of constitution should we write, how should we structure our country. The last time the Nigerian did anything remotely like that was in 1962, when we moved from the 1960 Independence Constitution to the 1963 Republican Constitution. In actual fact, to create a fourth region, there had to be a plebiscite. The Western Regional House of Assembly had to pass the motion by a 2/3 majority. The Federal House of Representatives in Lagos equally had to pass that motion by a 2/3 majority before the Midwestern region was created. Since that time till today, we now have 36 states. In the country that we have managed to evolve, no thanks to the military who have forced the constitution on us without consultation, we now have 37 states effectively with the intervention of the Supreme Court that has now turned Abuja into our 37th state. We have 774 local governments, and all of a sudden, local governments are being created on the basis of land space. So you don't have a constitution. Let's start with that. When you factor that into the thinking, the madness afflicting our military will become easier to understand. The military in Nigeria is not there to serve a constitution. It is there to preserve the Nigerian state, which is essentially a criminal enterprise benefiting a few whilst holding the larger majority captive. So the Nigerian military does not serve the Nigerian people. It serves the purpose of preserving the state.
whether that be at the expense of killing each and every one of the people who pretend to be citizens and have deluded themselves into accepting that lie, because citizenship does not exist in a space ungoverned by law. But then I'll be running into the topic that I hope to be speaking to. But just understand, you don't have a constitution. Your military is not the same as the American military, where that lofty quote came from, and we are certainly not citizens.
You know, I like
Those constitution or touched on us, indigenous to the people, then, most importantly, subjected to a referendum or plebiscite of the people,
this new
which gives
constitution
it
should
its
have
legitimacy.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I'd like you to respond to this point made by former President Olusegun Obasanjo. Well, he says, if my prompter can, he says he's worried about the current socioeconomic situation in Nigeria. He warned that Nigeria is sitting on a keg of gunpowder that could explode if the country does not address its numerous challenges. Well, the former president hosted 6 members of the Federal House of Representatives who are co-sponsors of the bill on a single 6-year term and power rotation. Let's listen in.
Our main problem is ourselves. And until we take care of ourselves, it doesn't matter. We may have one term of 4 years, one term of 6 years, one term of 7 years. If it's the same people and the same mentality and the same way we do things, it won't change. So our beginning is ourselves, to my mind. Yes, system, yes, democracy. We have to rethink democracy. We have to rethink the form of government. What is the character of the people that are in government? With all due respect, most of them should be behind the bar. And that is the truth. Most of them should be behind the bar. Some should even be in the gallows. Now, if
vintage President Olusegun Obasanjo there, vintage him. Yes.
I say OBJ, remain OBJ.
That's right. He seems to have remained OBJ. You heard what he said there.
Yes, yeah.
Nigeria sitting on a keg of gunpowder.
I believe so.
He's also recommending a one-term, a single-term, presidency. Is that what you would like to see in this new constitution?
If you just Google, just say Michael Ozekhome, single-term presidency, you will see, I've argued this for more than 5-6 years, that Nigerian elections are too wasteful. That's why I say we practice not democracy, but electionocracy. After a first election, the people use 1 year to 1.5 years trying to govern the people, which is the real purpose of an election, governance, democracy dividends. But by next year, I can assure you, Ngozi, towards the end of this year, after less than 2 years, politicking, which has already started anyway, will be full-blown. So the people have not had time to enjoy any democracy dividends from the government. I therefore argued that a one-term 6-year period, a 6-year period, which is just one term. So if you want to come and stay, we know you have come to stay for 6 years. We are watching you. We will come after you. But this one, some of them pretend not to steal for the first year, for the first term. Then when the second year comes, they become like what I would call people with primitive, bacchanalian, acquisitive propensity.
Well, how much difference really would it make if it's a single term of 6 years or 2 terms of
it makes a big difference.
4 years each? It's a question of character that President Olusegun Obasanjo mentioned.
We come there. Yeah, character is still very important.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying now is that Nigerian government is too big. The wastefulness is too much. We spend over 75 to 80% of our national resources on recurrent expenditure rather than on capital projects. And politics is the presidential system of government that we are operating as against the earlier Westminster or Prime Minister system of government, which was truncated on the 15th of January 1966 when the military purge took place in Nigeria. That one is inexpensive. You saw the last British elections.
Yeah, but it was still discarded. But very quickly,
many people there didn't even know elections were going on.
Yeah, before I let you go.
But here, you will let the president must go around the entire nooks and crannies of Nigeria. Then after 4 years, in less than 2 years, he's already campaigning for another year. If you make it 6 years, then he will know that I have 6 years to start projects, consolidate on them, and finish them, not abandoned white elephant projects. Right. So we therefore need that new constitution. These are some of the things that the Constituent Assembly
is restructuring part of what the Patriots are recommending?
Yeah. Of course, we are. Okay. Everything we are talking about is restructuring. Right. In a situation, you have 67 items on the exclusive legislative list, leaving everything, virtually nothing for the states. What are we doing? That's not a pluralistic society. Right. That's not a federal constitution. That's a unitary constitution.
I'm afraid we'll have
more
to
importantly, there must be a people's referendum. That is what gives a constitutional legitimacy, as the Midwest people did on the 10th of August 1963 when they broke away from Western region. It was done in Egypt, in Morocco, in Nigeria, in South Africa, in Iraq, in Iran, in Czechoslovakia, in Eritrea.
So that referendum will give it legitimacy.
Yeah, that's what gives it legitimacy. And then believability of the people, so that they can own it as their product, as the Americans also did between May and September 1787, when they went to Philadelphia to have a more perfect union.
Absolutely.
And then they subjected it to referendum. And that's why they respect their constitution. Less than 8,000 words.
Absolutely.
Do akwai procurement law wanda yake ministry za a yi procurement law a publishing a jarida, company nuka su yi apply, company da ya wuni kuma za a sake a buga shi a jarida, sannan kuma aika national assembly, an aika musu ba aika musu ba, ya aka yi suka yi passing wannan contract din mu ba mu sani ba, 15 trillion fa an dauka an bayar saboda interest na mutum daya kawai, sannan mutanen da suke so a saukar da mai ba zai sauka ba saboda shi shugaban kasa shi ne dama mai wando kuma ya saya ajib kuma suna da rijiya 17 na mai a Niger Delta wanda ni na sani an saye su, kuma yana da refinery wanda Wale Tunumbu yake sannan kuma akwai Kule Tunumbu Jino, su ne suke ronin wannan refinery a mota, ba ma a Najeriya ba, mota refinery dama sun an ba da shi a yanzu amma sun saya nasu ne, to in suka dauka crude oil daga nan za su je su tace ce a sha, su dawo kuma su sake kuma su bamu mu sayar muna kuma anan kudin mu, to kaga automatically saukan wannan mai in babu. Saboda haka matasa ina ba su shawara kada su
I am in the premises of Magistrate Court 2, Oka, Anambra State. I am here with my clients. You can see us, we are still in court. The Honorable Magistrate granted my client bail in a very simple offense. And my client met the conditions of the bail. But the class of court that I must give her 20,000 naira before she will take the records, the surety bond to the magistrate to sign. The clerk of the court also insulted me and called me names. This is the person that went to the magistrate for him to sign the document and return back and said that the magistrate said that he must bring 20,000 naira. Whether we like it or not, if there is no justice for the common man in judiciary, there will not be justice anywhere. When somebody is granted bail, bail is free. In the police station, in court, nobody has rights to demand for any money before bail bond will be protected. I promise you, by Tuesday morning, I will return the money, 20,000 naira. Cash, I will return it. If I don't return it, don't come to me again as a lawyer.
All right, people, thank you very much for your time with us. We don't come back again. Today is Saturday, 10th of August, 2024. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every one of you, right there, my people. Mother of all, Mommy Diaspora, good evening to you, Mommy. Thank you very much for all you do. I appreciate you always. Thank you very much, Abu Azi, Madam Iris Finance, Madam Martina Basu, TV, Madam Patricia Tagbujumi. Thank you very much, my wonderful people. God bless you all. Clifford, thank you very much for joining us. CXL, thank you. Ariami Abdul, Shimi Ogashimizi, thank you very much, my people. And God bless you now. Wisdom Lucky is right there with us as well. Thank you, everyone right there. Thank you very much, Lady Eugenia, Wabo Felix, Mr. Johnson, Emmanuel, Alex Ide, and now James. Thank you, Miracle B, and many others right there. I'm going to try my possible best to showcase other names on the screen later on, so that we can move on. But I want you guys to know that I appreciate you all. I already got a super chat from Lady Eugenia. Thank you very much, ma'am, for the super chat. I really do appreciate this. Your pocket never ever run dry. Thank you very much, my people. A link I'll be posted if I'm not mistaken. No, okay, let me post a link now. For those of you that want to join us today on this Saturday evening broadcast, please click on the link, join us here, and let's talk about the things that's affecting us together. You know, I appreciate every one of you, my people. Thank you. I can see more people coming in. Thank you. But there's a lot of people right there already on the comment section. I can't mention all the names. Amaka Fojebi, thank you very much, ma. Mike Akionbari, thank you. Sonny Obadon, thank you. Mercy Foster, thank you. I appreciate you all, my people. Olombepe, thank you. Gio Deborah, thank you very much. I appreciate you all. Thank you, Adelaja Ogumbiyi, thank you very much. Thank you, my people. Vitus Akwebelem is right there. Promise to do business with us as well. Love Maduka is with us, and many others. Thank you so much. Now God will bless you now. But I'd like us to move on. When I hear that last video that I played, you can see the level of the corruption we have in our country. Now see the way corruption don't eat us to the extent, say, you know, if you can be like saying our country now we get anymore. Just imagine. He asked me to pay 20,000 naira, according to the lawyer that was talking earlier on. That is very pathetic. But meanwhile, let me quickly take these articles right here so that we can move on. And Patricia, I can see you already on the backstage. I'll bring you in shortly in case you want to off your camera. Thank you very much. Okay, let us quickly take these articles that I have for you guys here so that we can move on. Guys, do your part by pressing on the like button. Help us to share. Let our voices go far. Okay, the first article that I have for you guys here, as you can see there, Buhari Kyari blocked by attempt to purchase oil field. Elumelu don't cry out. A lot of things that many of them passed through during the time of Buhari's regime, they are now beginning to have the opportunity to express it. And some of them are more privileged now under Tinubu's regime. I don't have anything against that, because if you check all our government that have been ruling, they have their people. You know, yeah, a lot of people who benefited from Buhari, they didn't complain over the satanism of Buhari during that time. Why the people that already benefited from Tinubu as we speak, they are not complaining over Tinubu. So this is it. That's how it works. So Elumelu is, you know, expressing that he talk there, but for me, I just thought I should bring that headline here. Not that I really do have interest on it. Now, billionaire people now they talk for there. So meanwhile, the bag of rice where they say they go everywhere. Governor Oti don't come out now say we don't receive anything. We haven't seen any truckload of rice from federal government. Now they talk and say when I send trailer of rice go different state and all that. What happen to Abia State? We don't receive our own. So now Governor Oti now come and talk that one. You know, while this one this one are people where you don't really care about you and I in our country. Chief of Defense, you want to get that one right. Chief of Defense Staff Musa hosts lavish dinner in Abuja while terrorists murdered several residents in Benue State. They say party where this man do, everywhere block, you know, why? What a country, Nigeria, a country where you cannot really talk. If you talk, you're already committing whatever. It's crazy, man. To be honest, it's crazy. But that's what we see him, you know. I appreciate every one of you. That is all that I have for you guys right now. I'm just going to take calls quickly so that we can start talking. Today, our engagement will determine how long we're going to be here for. You know, since it's Saturday, so I wish I can scrap that Saturday as well. I would have done that long time ago. But based on some of you that are saying no, Nigeria Watch, please, we want you and all that. So that's why we are here. But still, let me take the first caller right now. We have Ogashimize with us on the phone. Ogashimize, thanks for calling in, sir. Good evening to you. Please talk to us.
Hey, Nigeria Watch.
Yes, sir. Talk to us.
Thank you for picking my call.
Thank you.
Yeah, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. I greet everyone. You see, Nigeria, I don't know, it's like Nigeria, I still remember. It's crazy. I don't know how do we get here. You see, I used to love this country. But one time I did I will celebrate, I think, is it what year? What year is that? That's days back then. If you see me with my Akira legend then, see my flag, I went to Silverbird when Silverbird was, bubbling. I put Nigerian flag, open my sunroof. The country back then was so good, so nice. But see, let me tell you one thing. Since this APC, this APC came on board, you see, PDP is not 100%. But APC just scatter, spoil, damage everything. When you hear damage, it's easy to bring a house down. But to repair it, to start over again will take you a time to fix it or to repair it or to rebuild it back. You see, that's where the stage Nigeria are. I don't know how Nigeria will get away from this mess. Is it the army? Is it the police? Police are cowards, and army, they are cowards. You can't even go after the bad people, on the streets. You will have the guts. Put your trigger on armed protesters. It's too bad. It's too bad. I don't know when Nigeria will get this right. You see, what all these things now is that moving around, or even the people that went to visit Jagaban, call themselves patriotic and all those stuff. Who I don't know where are they going? See, it's for you to say something, but you say it. That person you tell, is he listening? Can he do it? Yes, you tell me something. It's for me to do it. It's okay. All those people there that are advising him, where are they? Is there people that they will talk to if they will talk sense into their brain, into their skull, so they will get this country working. Neither watch. If I tell you what I lost, if I tell you what I lost, I don't want to come out and be saying it, because yes, I'm a business person. I love doing business. If I tell you something here, you will say, oh, is he what you're passing through? But let that one aside. It's not right. And this thing that Igbo guy, that guy was saying on that video, when he was saying about jealousy and envy, you see, jealousy is the worst thing ever can happen to you. Envy is as this is your platform now. I kind of jealous, of what you're doing or your platform. No, I can't do that. The only thing I will come to you and say, please, Elvis, can you help me? I want to do this thing you're doing. Can you help me? Is there anyhow you can put me through? It's not for you to tell me, okay, I will do it for you. This is the best thing people can do. Don't be jealous for somebody, because jealous will lead you to buy somebody. Because you're jealous of that person for what he do, for what he have. Instead of me to jealous of what you have, I will come to you and say, please, can you tell me how to do this. Please, can you teach me? Unless for you to say no. If you say no, I will go another place. But I don't really see the reason why we say no. So that's the reason where things are getting problem in Nigeria. Until us make someone to buy people. So Nigeria need to get things right, working. This protest, I say it's gonna bring us dividend. I never knew until more days coming. We will see what's gonna play out in Nigeria. Because for me, this situation, it touched me. Not like when Nigeria was saying it. I know you people here in abroad. This thing is not. Niger Watch, it touched me. It hit me so bad that I don't have one to say it.
I know.
It hit me so bad. I know what I'm saying. So it's too bad. You know, I know this I have in Nigeria. The cars are not selling. Nobody are buying the one I have here. No way. Because I lose money.
Very sad.
Yes, I lose millions, not even thousands, millions. So, you know, when I just keep myself, I say, God, well, Nigeria, because, you know, in Nigeria, if you even have something here that you use, like maybe you have something here, a car here, that you use a big money to fix it. But if you get to Nigeria, it just use little money to fix it and settle people. You see, but now you can't do it. How will you do? Even people now no money to buy. No money, even get money to eat first before you're getting money. Say, I want to go and buy a car. You will feed yourself first before you talk less of you want to buy something, you want to make, you want to get, belong. So Nigerians, if this protest still going to continue, let it continue. Another thing, please.
Thank you.
I want to go to Edo State. Please, Niger Watch. I want to go to Edo State. Yes, let us not be carried away for what is going on in Nigeria. Edo election is next month. So that is our mind. Edo election is next month. So I still stand where I stand for Aswe. See, I see Aswe like Peter Obi. Edo never miss Aswe. His next Peter Obi, that's his next Peter Obi, is what Obi did in Anambra, Aswe will do it in Edo State. I believe that. And people that are saying, oh, don't vote for PDP, don't vote for APC. I don't do that kind of campaign. Even if we campaign it from 1900 years to come, people will vote for PDP, people will vote for APC. So anybody that campaigning, don't vote for this, don't vote for that. I don't do that. But vote for Aswe. He is going to make everything, bring everything anything that is not working in Edo State, he will make it work. And it's Peter Obi in Edo State. Thank you, Niger Watch. Vote for Aswe, please, my people.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Okay, let's take another call. Thank you very much, my people, for your time. I appreciate you all. We don't have any call right now coming in. Thank you so much, everyone right there. Thank you, Stella Affini, for just coming in. Great mind. I can see you in the building. Thanks for joining us. Good evening to every one of you. Yes, we only have one person on the panel, which is Madam Patricia. Madam Patricia, thank you very much for joining us this evening. Good evening to you, ma'am. Please, I'd like you to talk to us.
Good evening, Mr. Ivis.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Good evening to you.
So I just come now. I only heard Barrister Ozekhome.
Barrister Ozekhome is saying that we should, change the constitution. As
Yes.
you know, that we'll be talking about this constitution for a while. So he came on air to talk about it. While Obasanjo said our leaders, all of them deserve to go to prison.
Yeah,
You know?
I heard that.
That's it.
I heard that, yeah. Anyway, let me say shout out to Mommy as well. Mommy, good evening. And of course, those that are on the comment section, thank you so much for being part of this broadcast today. Please click on the like button and also the share. Mr. Elvis also $ hit on it, please, very necessary. Thank you. And where are all our panelists? Okay, Mr. Oga Jonathan is there now. That's good. Okay, yeah, the constitution, I think the thing is coming, the chicken is coming home to roast, you know. We've been hammering on this constitution thing, and I pray that the petition he wrote to Mr. Tinubu, President Tinubu, will come to fruition. I pray, because really and really, that's the only way we can actually claim ownership to this entity called Nigeria. Because the constitution is what is supposed to bind us together and set the rules and regulations, the do's and don'ts. You know, they are all in the constitution. But if we don't come together as different people with different tribe, you know, different tongue, different culture, and different way of life, even religion, you know, if we don't come together and put it together and agree on it, then we cannot take ownership of it. And hence, if you cannot take ownership on something, you will not value the thing. In fact, that's exactly what I said yesterday. That's why people go to these places of power and decide to be a thief, because they don't feel that ownership. They don't believe. It's not in them to know that this thing belongs to me, so I have to repay. It's not my house. That's how they see it. That's because none of us come into agreement to put this thing together. That is the binding block, the fundamental reason why we should be together. We didn't come together to do it. It was just some few people that drafted it and then pass it on us. So if really this can come to fruition, that will solve at least 90% of the problems that we have. And if 90% is solved, 10% is nothing. Because what we have now is we have a total chaos of 100%. You know, that's what we have. So if 90% of us can take ownership due to the constitution, I believe the 10%, you know, that will still be neither here or there will not make any huge difference than the way it is now, when it is 90% that doesn't take ownership. You know, they don't believe in it. They don't, you know. So I thank God, and I heard him say that some people have gone to see him to impress it furthermore into the president's heart to bring this to pass. And I will also join my voice to his voice that the president must not be afraid to do it. Is a normal thing, is a noble thing to do. At least let him stand for one thing. If he can change it, I've always said it here, Mr. Elvis, that if Tinubu can actually bring about the change that we all are crying for here to Nigeria, I said, look, I will sing his praise, and I mean it. I mean it. If he dare to do this, if he dare to do it, which I know he can, if he really means to do it, he can do it. You know, if he wants to do it, if he means to do it, he will do it, and no, nothing will happen. Sky the air will not fall. Tinubu has that strong head to be able to do it. So I think if we can do this, you will see Nigeria changing, because then people can take ownership. People can believe that, okay, this is my own. I have to build my own. I have to, you know, save it for the posterity, my generation to come. Because the way it is now, nobody has taken ownership now. That's why you see them. Their children are not even Nigeria. They don't go to school in Nigeria. They are just like vagabonds, because only vagabonds that can behave the way our these leaders are behaving. You know, if you know you have a home, I think you will take care of your home. But if you don't have a home, then you become a vagabond. And that's what they are. That's why they are stealing their own money, taking it to somewhere else to go and, you know, prosper those nations. It's only people that doesn't know who they are, people that are just living and don't know the reason why they are living, that can behave like that. So I pray that will work out. Yeah, Obasanjo saying that the leaders should be in prison. It's true. It's true. 99% of them should be behind bars. 99%. Because what we have now is just thugs, thuggery. That's what we have as leaders. These are not leaders. These are not leaders at all. They are not. They are a bunch of, criminals and thieves that are there. The worst of all, the worst of us, they are the ones leading the country. So how do you expect a country like that to move forward? How do you expect development? How do you expect progress? How do you expect infrastructure? You cannot, because it's not in them. You can only give what you have. You cannot give what you don't have. It's not in them. It's not in them. So they cannot, it's not a magic, it's not magic. Neither is a miracle. To build something, you need capability, you need capacity. They don't have it. So it's not about the baby grammar they are speaking to confuse themselves. You don't need somebody to speak baby grammar to have capacity. It's somebody that have capacity. That's what it is. And I think he also spoke about what was it again now? Trying to remember. Talked about the one term of 6 years. I think that's a good way to go, because really and really, if you look at it, these 4 years that they are doing, it's not really helping any matter. Because like we know, the election, they already started campaigning. The campaign don't start. It already starts. So what are we talking about? By the time they are campaigning now for the next 4 years again now, which means everything they are doing now, the money they're supposed to use to better people's life, they will not take from that money to go and be putting in their campaign trips everywhere. So I believe this is one term is better. 1 term, 6 years. We just know that it's 1 term you are coming for. And also that will also help to have this continuation, and they should, in that constitution too, they should also put it. Look, what they are doing now, Mr. Elvis, is that when somebody is in power, whatever they are building, they believe they are building it for themselves. They don't believe that it is for the country. They don't believe that it's for the people. Because otherwise, how can you explain the uncompleted projects that is everywhere that we see in Nigeria? Those are our money, that are being wasted just like that. If you look at now, every time when a governor or a president leaves, you will see different completed projects everywhere. And then the next person comes, there's no continuity. The next person comes, they abandon all those projects and bank on another, Egyptian, what they call them, journey, which doesn't make any sense. So for me, I think the 1 term, 6 years is better, so that he can start and finish all his work, if there is any. Then we can see exactly what they've done. Because this one, they will say, oh, there's not enough time. But come on. Somebody that really means to do something in 4 years can do a lot. Is it that 4 years or 6 years? I think 1 term, that 1 term, for them to serve, I think is enough. 1 term, no more 2 terms. So I'm agreeing to that. I think it will do us all good, because then I believe they will sit up. They will know that it's only 1 time I have. And if I have to work, I have to work fast. So I cannot, just be there and playing politics, and keep trying to kill time, because you want to try and be nice for the first 1.5 years, then so that you can win the next another 4 years again. So no, if it's one term, you know that is what I would call really hitting the ground and running. You will hit the ground running because you know it's one term. There's no time for you to say, okay, I'm coming back. We can only tolerate you once. And I think that's the way we should go. Because these 2 terms that they are having is just causing the whole, is even doing more harm than good to the country. So I think I should support that, if so. I think I will stop here so far. Like I said, I wasn't, just joined. Just not
Okay,
too.
Madam Patricia, thank you very
Thank
much, man. Thank you. I
Thank
appreciate you for your time with us. Yeah, for me, Tinubu ring itself to become the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is already there. I'm not sure anybody can do anything right now to remove him, but for any reason he turn around tomorrow and start doing the right thing, like I've said before so many times on this platform, a lot of Nigerians that is complaining right now or grumbling or whatever, they will sing his praises. The reason why you see Nigerians are crying, selecting who they think that can change the country is because we want the country to be changed. It's not all about the person we are choosing. It's all about the country to be changed for better. So for me, it's very unfortunate that you ring yourself to become a president, instead of you to do the right thing, to clean the bitterness from the heart of the people away. But look what is happening. So for me, I cannot see Tinubu turning it around. How? Can't you see the people that surrounded this man? You know, it's something else. You know, but another thing that I want us to focus on now on this platform as well. We seems to be talking about the number one man, which is the president. I want to ask a question. What happened to the 36 governors that we have in Nigeria? How come we don't drag them? Because I notice everything is Aso Rock. You know, we should be dragging these people. You know?
Yes, Mr. Elvis. Yes, that's true, Mr. Elvis. But the way it is, the reason why it's like we are always talking about the number one man, is because the number one man has made it. They have made it so much so that they've given cover to the governors. They are not transparent enough for the citizens to really know what is going on between them and the government, between the number one man and the governors. That's the problem. Are you getting it? Because now, okay, because if they've given autonomy to the governors, to the states, yeah, that the states just remits a percentage, whatever percentage we agree on, to the center, yeah, then the citizens, you know, will be able to hold their governors accountable. But as long as the number one man keep playing God over the governors and over the citizens, then it's difficult.
Okay.
Hello?
Thank you, man. Yeah, I'm listening. Thank you very much for putting that through. To be honest,
thank you for what you. Sorry, Mr. Najanwod. Thank you for what you talk. So because like number one man, not be only one policy where it just makes so now make all the whole country turn upside down. So now make everything in hand day. Everything day down my hand. Only one policy. No, let's say 2. The lights and the fuel subsidy. Now make the country now turn upside down. So everything day by my hand.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. Let me quickly take this call and so that I can come back to the next person, which I guess is Mr. Jonathan. Love God is my strength. Thank you very much, man. You were calling in, so I thought I should return the call. Thank you, man. Please. Good evening to you, man. Please talk to us. Thank you very much. Happy weekend.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yes, I heard everything that you and the sister Patricia is talking about. You see, there's the question you asked, and let me start from there. Let me greet first anyway. Good evening to everyone on the panel and on the comment section. And Mommy Diaspora, good evening and happy weekend to every one of us. God will continue to uphold us and continue to give us the strength that we are, because it's not easy to be supporting this country, because everything in Nigeria is not working. So we need the strength of God to stand the test of time. Thank you. What I want to say, I will start from where you started. You were talking about why is the 36 state governor, they are not calling them. It is true. They are supposed to call them. Because if you look at it, all of us, we are looking at the central President Tinubu, Buhari, everybody that has been president in Nigeria, they give them their own money. They give every state government money for their own state. So if anything is not happening in our own state, we have to go and ask the government, the state governors, and the local government chairman and everything, because money is given to them to improve the state. But they are taking the money and putting it in their pocket. Okay, look at example now, Niger Delta. Niger Delta, they have a lot of money that they give to them. I think Akpabio was the head of NDCC, if I can remember the name. He took a lot of money. He stole a lot of money. And when they called him to go and answer a question, he fell on the table as if he was dying. And he's the one now that is the third man of Nigeria. So when we look at it, Nigeria, what you said is very right. I think there is high time to start now. That instead of us always calling Tinubu, let us focus our attention to the state. What are they doing with our money? Why is our road not good? Let us know how much they have collected. All the ones they are talking about, federal road, have they collected the money? Why is the road like that? We need to know, because we don't know, we don't follow them up there. They are living as if they don't have any question to answer. But they are one of the problem. And I'll say something before I go, like I was. Yes, Nigeria, we are not supposed to be together when we look at it, like in language, in religion, ethnicity, and everything, in behavior, the way we behave, the questioner wise, if we look at it. But there are countries who have come together and they have worked. That's one thing I want to know. But if it happens that we have to sit down and delegate on our country for us to stand as one, then things have to be done well. You cannot call me a minority in my own country. You can call me that. Am I a minority? I'm not a minority. God put me in that place, as our lawyer said, Ozekhome, what's his name? I can't pronounce it well. As he said, that's my own place. You can't tell me that I'm a minority. Nobody can be a minority in their country. You cannot tell me because I got 275, I can't go and read law. But somebody in the north who has 100 and something will go and read that law because it's for the majority or the less privileged. It is wrong. We need to sit down. We need to look at how we are going to stay together, how we are going to coexist as a nation, as a country, so that now nobody is left out. What are those things as a citizen of a country that a citizen must get? What are your benefits? What are the things that make you a citizen of a particular country? Every citizen should get it. And that is why I support it. That everybody must sit together and say, this is it, this is that. We are going this way or we are going that way. Nobody should be left out. And minority should be come out for my name. Minority come out for my name. I don't be minority. I'll be majority in my own place when I come from. So give me that accolade. Don't give me minority. All of us are one in the eyes of God. Nobody is above anybody. Don't tell me that 3 tribes are greater than one person, and in the 3 tribes, 2 people are controlling, and they are not even allowing the other 3rd person to come to Asu Rock to sit. It is all corruption, it is all lie, and it is all stealing and damaging in our land. Tinubu, if he knows he wants to leave this office and be remembered, no matter how he came in, we will not look at it. He should sit down, call people for us to write our constitution so that everybody can mind their resources, and we cannot decide to say, okay, every year, every month, this this is what is going to Aso Rock. We will make the Senate not attractive. We will make the legislature not attractive. Why are we having two people? We should only have a legislative body, not Senate. They are doing nothing there. So we need one, and we choose the people who want to represent us, not thief, not anybody. If we go out on our own way, if you steal my money, I know where your mother is staying. I know where your father is staying. I will go there and knock on your door. That the money you stole, come and count for it. My brother, thank you. God bless you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I really agree with you. Thank you. To be honest, for those of you that have been following us for a while, you know that I'm against the word minority. I don't just like it. You know, when somebody come here, you now be telling me that you are minority. I don't like it. You know, I don't know how to manage to put that together. But that's
Mr. Evie,
yes, ma'am.
Mr. Evie, I beg. I want to add something. I beg.
Yeah, go ahead.
You see, oh, God is so wonderful. You know, Madam, the law of God is my strength.
Yeah.
Just awoken something in me. You know, that word there, that word minority is also one of the problems that these groups are having. I don't know how three people will come together and say they are forming Wazobia. Yeah. And then they marginalize the rest of almost 500 and let's say 570 ethnic groups in Nigeria. Only three came together and said they are Wazobia. Okay, the Wazobia, does he ever, because God is not from God, it never marginalized. It can never. And up to now, they still go about talking about majority, minority, majority, minority. Okay, when all of them were doing their thing, the three of them come together and say, now, so they want one. They were very happy. They were very, very happy. Then nobody was hearing their voice. Nobody was crying. It's only now that when they saw now that the plan together is not working, that's where they came out to be crying. You understand? So if some people are the way I am, you know, nobody can blame me for who I am. Because when they switch you, when they switch una not think say other people they cry. What una they do? Una not think like that. It was you people were enjoying it. And up to today, if you still listen to them, they will talk, we are majority, we are majority. It's Yoruba Hausa Igbo, Yoruba Hausa Igbo. Look, una never ready. Una ready to stand for that one Nigeria. I go no. As long as say now God put me for that country, not make me minority. That name will not give me. I not go ever answer. And none of our people go answer. God put us there. We are the majority. River Niger now for Edo State, former Bender, now it starts. Now they.
Thank you.
Yeah. So that's how I'll leave it for now. Thank you.
Madam Patricia, if not because of stupidity that is worrying all of them, how can you be calling Edo State? Benin Kingdom was already in existence far before Nigeria was created. Then you are talking about minority and majority and all that. This is why we find ourselves confusion everywhere. Nigerians don't love themselves. We are fighting ourselves over rubbish and all that. So for me, I don't know who divided the country, who created these so many languages, everything. In fact, the problem started all the way from the foundation. But meanwhile, I'd like us to move on. Let me call on Mr. Jonathan. Mr. Jonathan, thank you, sir, for joining us today. I appreciate you. Good evening to you, sir. Please talk to us. Okay, Mr. Jonathan, it looks like you're not available. I'll move on to Mr. Destiny. Mr. Destiny, please talk to us, sir. Good evening to you.
Good evening, Mr. Najawad. I greet everyone.
Go ahead now.
I greet my mother as well. Good evening, ma. Yeah, I'm with you guys. Sorry.
Okay.
Like our sister will just talk finish now. Talk. The country is somehow even like Obasanjo where they talk. Although according to some countries where he talk, where I listen, so maybe you wish that he follow those patterns, maybe the country for today much better. But the where Obasanjo destroyed the country was election where he do, where he give us, where we don't know the left and right. And that third time, you still there are more people where we say, they don't make the country because he need Obasanjo be like person where they need kickback. You need anybody where they put for there, anything where it said there. Where them because they can't be like say the country now, it can't be like meeting for them. So the people where they on top. Now what they tell the man where they there, now ain't good to do. Now then that country be like that. If may they leave that country for the person, any person where they do, when the person is there on the own, take the decision. Because right now the person where they of office not gonna get mad on the own. And he know want get the mad because this ring where we even they talk now, say even this drug bar ring. If now letting why no feed one. Now because of these people where in there around that right now, all of them gather together rigger. So in now no fit take your own decision now. Now we tell all those ones, both the INEC chairman and all of them, why it's not easy for us to just sack that man? When all the whole Nigeria now they shout, say this man will not need that, will not need that. Enough is sacker. The Malakiari, everybody they shout, say this man. Buhari time, he tell us say 2019, in 2023, 2019, I talk, I say in 2023, the 4 refinery go dey work. This man not give us any refinery. When drug dealer enter, he tell us say before December last year, the refinery then go dey work. Till now, we will not see any refinery. So enough fire, definitely there's problem somewhere. Now make we know. Now make the problem is we not gonna know who we want even hold right now with the look of things, because everything looks somehow. If you look this side, president of it talk, how you get company? That's where you give position to do something for your company. Not fit do, enough is sack. How the president dey? That's where problem is. That means the country can never, nobody they do work. Because nobody fit sack anybody, nobody fit talk to anybody. Everybody just they do the one way please, just they collect money anyhow. Because the president not get mad, he not enter there the right way. Because this one talk to this one talk to this one, and then they say enter. Everybody here just they frustrated. If you not get influence or you not help at ring the election, then you not get any post. Or you even ring the election, your money add weight. Get post. God bless you now. Waiting just they happen right now. Because the only people where just whether you get something else upstairs or you not get to anything where make you be say you add to this man to enter power, neither will take give position. But if you not add to that to enter the power, to thief the power, nothing for you. Because now be waiting to happen. Because we look all of the way they since when every Nigeria they cry for one thing. What is there for this man to say okay, they say children, okay, my children, I don't they cry for rice. I be say I don't go buy and what to do, and I don't get yours, okay. See rice. Common fuel subsidy make people do okay. Because all of them are well gathered. Because when they won't collect their money back, they won't frustrate the country. Come like say we the citizens not come be the Nigerians. Come like say another foreign and icon they govern the country. They suffer the citizens. Anything if they want damage, they die, not concerned them. But provided they are getting their own profits. Because if really these people are feeling what we are feeling, we cry every minute, every second. Why don't you just hear our cry? I said, okay, let us just remove this thing and let these people have breathing space. No, you bring the fuel subsidy, the electricity tariff, you remove everything. Nothing. And all these things is not affecting all these old men or these bourgeois, what they call themselves. It's not affecting them. It's affecting on them. And the worst part of it, the people where they ugly past source. Some of them they talk how they look. If you look your appearance, look everything. You say this one now human being be this way they talk. They support person where they say, car where you go take pass you, Since where they born you, all the whole thing where you don't achieve. The one car, not be the rest of one of the car. You never even get hit by the tire. Or you still support that kind of person. Are we normal for that country? or something is wrong with us. I don't really understand. So some of us, because I don't see reason why you the support person where you see me. How is now people now the rest people where don't do okay where like innocent where good that day now. But that one now they don't go tell them what they want tell. And I make the only thought say me at Igbo man. All those Igbo with this one will not do this one. All of them where they top, where they up, all of them together are the same thing. They don't use us work on the fact we're not the seafood shop. How many times do you know don't try come and tell this one say even men some of the worker where they lower say they hungry the way they say they can't work because they must complete give them man. Say guy it be how you want to do it? Now you go there they tell us say CNG bus since going to a year and some months now we not see nothing but none of them all of them both the Hausa or Igbo my sister talk of say majority not be matter of majority all of them are the same thing. Not only Hausa they give that cut of mark, they give to Yoruba, they give to the Igbo. Not only Hausa, not be matter of majority. Now they know what they do for them. All of them don't come. How many of if all the senators from Hausa land they speak? How many of our senators there from the west east? How many of them they speak the way many of the northerners they speak? The only one where they speak then when Buhari dey na in Yabari dey. They always speak then. Apart from that, man, many of them they come and they challenge all of them like that. How the country will come after? Now, all those things, me, I know the believer, more divide, more not divide. How many times we don't go to fight for our senators, then, our governors, hold them accountable, say, now not they speak our mind, do, now not they speak for us, nothing. We know everything at the up, but if our senators, say they speak somehow, they actually they gather together do their own meeting. Why be say one day they never gather say within all this talk where they talk for the Igbo people for that House of Assembly, House of Rep, bring and come and one they say this thing our people not like her. Because all of us where they cry, not be that Igbo land for come out one day, one of them come and say we gather together, we see all these things where they go for internet. Our people, they not like her. More than find solution to this to make it stop. How many of them don't talk? None of them. None of them. Because why? If they fit talk as they do Dama for not, they fit do that. They know if they collect what they collect. Now me they know they talk. Now me cannot they believe say all those things now only now from this side or now from this side. Now only they do the suffer us. We will be ordinary person. But for us to come together, and that can be our problem. To fight all these monsters. Make them come out. Most of that will feel rich according to the man where if the power on the oh. How long want to start all these things? They won't use us, they don't use us. Now we they will take thief by love bots, now we they will take scatter protest, now we they will take do they defend according to someone they say they turn that to apart warriors. Now we go to tweet anyhow for online because of 5,000 data, 1,000 data. No, and the data now not see even too strong. According to my go say some Abroadians Mumu Madus, where still they here with us, still they Mumu follow. Mr. Nigeria, not verse for that one. Maybe not like that. We still they carry our body follow them, and we still they enjoy good things for year. Some of us, our children, they collect benefits for year. Some of us not even they work. We still they collect things for year. We still they support nonsense for there. I don't understand how. I want to do. I want for. Thank you, Mr. Nigeria. Watching me, I don't want to be tired for this country seriously.
All right, Mr. Destiny, thank you very much, sir. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thanks for your submission. Okay, let me quickly call on the next person. Mr. Jonathan, whenever you are ready, let me know. Mr. Odua, please talk to us, sir. Good evening to you. It's good to have you on the show.
Good evening, Mr. Nigeria.
Thank you, sir.
Good evening, all the panelists, all the commenters, all the listeners, and all the viewers. Good morning, good afternoon, depends on your time and location. Well, the Nigeria leaders should be in prison. Definitely, I said that topic and I joined the person who requests for it. That all Nigerian leaders, not even one, people who have started it right from time of Idiabon, all of them should be in prison. And I will use our old man, Obasanjo, as example. Supposed to be in prison because Obasanjo is the greatest and highest criminal in Nigeria. And I will prove my face so that if it is to go to court, I can go to court with him. So Obasanjo is the one that stole poverty alleviation fund. So that is the highest criminality a person will find in a country. Because the poverty alleviation was made for all Nigerians, whether you are a mad person, you are sick, you are the most brilliant, you are the most smartest, you are the most dullest. The poverty alleviation has to help everybody. But Obasanjo, as a criminal he decided to corner the farm to himself. It's now called Obasanjo farm. So that is the highest criminal. He stole from nurse, he stole from a born baby, he stole from the pregnant woman, he stole from those who have not yet even think of coming to life in Nigeria. Obasanjo stole from all of us. So such person is supposed to be in prison. Then Babangida came into power and start sharing money, making everybody into fast lane. People doesn't responsible for who they're supposed to be. Babangida destroyed the country for 10 years, 9.5 years. He print money from China. So such people supposed to be in prison. I remember 2 planes crashed in the time of Babangida time. The people of Bendes, the Edo Delta, Bayelsa, were nothing less than the military that Babangida gunned down in that 2 crash. We are nothing less than 11 to 17, which came from our region alone, not to talk of the one that came from Igbo or the Yorubas. So all these kind of people supposed to be in prison. Then now the Buhari, which brought Sharia law to our land, people will say, Buhari is too good. I said, no, Buhari is not good. If not a Diagbo, Buhari evil will have opened for people to know that time. They said, no. Then when he came, a Diagbo was no longer there. Then they saw the Buhari evil now. That Buhari has to invite his brothers to come and destroy Nigerians. Today, Nigeria are not going to farm because of Buhari hard work. He packed his brother from wherever people can talk, put them into, infiltrate them into Nigeria military. And the Nigerians who are really Nigeria accept that. You now came see people from outside of your country are now the head of your navy, the head of your air force, head of your whatsoever you call parastatal of the military. Those outsiders became your head, and you are the owner of the land. They all accept it, and that is why they, whenever they say they arrest Boko Haram, they will tell you bring it to Abuja. A person who commit crime in Edo State, they will tell you bring it to Abuja, and our Mumu Edo people will agree and send it to Abuja. Where they commit in Noudo, where they commit in death, wherever they commit, they will tell you bring it to Abuja. But if my person commit offense in their place, they will not bring it to my state. And the person that commit offense that's supposed to pay for offense, you will no longer hear of it. So these are the people, all of them supposed to be in prison. Now, Emilokon came into power. We told people not to vote Emilokon because Emilokon supposed to be in prison. But become a governor in the state, automatically you turn the state to your own property. Leventis has been taken over by Emilocon, known as what is even his name? Then the government, even some part of their stadiums, he turned it to be some property. He turned the entire Lagos for his own son to be the one that will collect sandboard. Anybody that want to arrest sandboard must pay his own son. And his daughter now become automatic market head. So all these kind of people supposed to bring prison. Who turned a country, a state, just a state that they were not even born of, a state that they came from different states and become, the people accept them. They're not told that state to become their own property. And the people of that state are looking, are clapping and saying no. So all these kind of people supposed to be in prison. And when such person come into presidency, it's going to turn the country to its own property. We said it. And that is what people are experiencing now. When he came, they said a private jet, president private jet, the one that Buhari used. Is he not still there? Why is him not using it? He went and buy another one. And the senator who said the Nigeria economic is down, approve it without looking back. He went and buy ship. I don't know the occasion he has on top of water, that the president is now going on top of water. I don't know if it is going to be the president of fish or the crocodile or crayfish inside the water. Then he now said that is where he's going to open the office and buy a ship with our own money. And those senators approve it. But when the Nigerians are now saying they are hungry, they are telling us that we should come and negotiate. They did not negotiate with Nigeria when they were buying those ships and private jets. Then he went and spent our money on the vice president that have a house. They didn't come to other office to come and collect our money to build a house, or they come to the office to come and work for Nigerians. But the Nigerian people, we are looking. He used our money to go and open office for his useless wife. What concern Nigeria concern president wife? It's just a president wife. It's not occupied in any, it was not choosing in any office to work for Nigeria. But Nigeria fall down and start clapping for him. So all these people supposed to, whether in the present time or the past, and when it comes to states also, all those senators, all of them supposed to be in prison. Because when people are talking of federal road, they say ask the governor. It is not the state governor you need to ask. You have to ask your senator what happened to allocation that they brought, because they are the one to sign the money. It is their duty to know that the federal work is done in their own state, or it's not done, and they will hold the person who's supposed to do the federal work accountable. But because they are not there because of the state, they are just there for their greedy interest, and that is why they don't care. Like electricity was not working. It's not the state governor. It is those senators that are supposed to hold whoever that is in charge of that electricity accountable, because it is for federal. But if it comes to the state own, then the people of the state will hold their state governor accountable and their state assembly accountable. But why? It is not where they measure federal. So this House of Assembly and House of Representative and the senator has to be held accountable. But we don't care whether we just drive one vehicle come and do their house, the fence that is in their house, if we thought an Iroko tree, everybody will be glad for them and start feeding them. Hey, babao, babao. Then the highest will tell you, I want to come and pull transformer. The transformer that will not work. They will not even connect electricity, connect wire to that transformer. They will say, I put one transformer for them. You put transformer without electricity. Then the next time, when it's about to leave the office, they will come and remove the transformer away from there. So it will come another next time, tell you, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Everybody will clap for him. The senator eats the money of the state more than the state governor, because all allocations that come for federal come through there. But we don't care about them. We don't even know if they exist, because they go and stay in Abuja for all their time. They used to collect millions and millions and millions. After their tenure, they tell you that we never have anything. Go and ask your state governor. So these are the problems we face. Then we know that the state governor also, they are also evil, because as any state governor who decide to privatize any state property, any state resources to outsiders, is enemy of the state. Because your state must be first of anything you want to do. That is why you see that day when Obasanjo came to talk for Ighodalo, I asked him, what kind of government will you want him to run? Is it Edo first or Edo best? Because your state must put its people first before anything. But what we have is, you don't even care about your people. You always care about the money that will enter your pocket. I believe this road, when I came to Edo State in 2020, the people that were walking road in Edo State, we are not Edo people. We are not Edo indigenous. The company that we are doing those gutters, we are not Edos. Whether it's Edo or Michael, they were not. These people were from Yoruba and other parts. So how will you expect us to say the governor is doing well? No, because he did not put Edo first. If the people you believe that will work, go to the work, you will see Edo there. Pack them to come and work for you. Look for a good engineer to supervise them. But no, they don't care about our people. But they want to come and become the state governor. And when you ask them, they say they are chief consultant, they are this, they go to the ROF, they go to degree, they go to that, they go to this. People will clap for them because they just tell you, go and tie rope in their neck and call it tie. The people will clap for them and say this. My brother, anybody that doesn't have his people first doesn't mean well for his people. So that is why the state are not going well, because the people that are there are so greedy. They are not worthy to be a leader. And because of the bad people who have occupied power since the British left, will not allow the good people to come out. Because whatever they will put as structure, which they call constitution today, whether it's Nigerian constitution or party constitution or whatever constitution, we don't want to favor the good people. We only want to sideline the good people. And that is why when the good people are talking, the bad people will lie against them. And the Nigerians will just believe. I say, yes, that is it, that is it. And that is why today, if you tell the Nigerian, if you tell him, if you can't be there, just join them. And that because you never see opportunity, if you see opportunity, you go do the worst. So these are the mindset of the people, because they are not really zealous to work for their land. And that is why anybody who came for Nigeria presidency or whatever, since he did not have these people first, he will not do anything. But because they have their own mindset up. And that is why their children, they will send their children abroad. Because they doesn't have the... I've never heard that Queen Elizabeth, when he was alive, he went to one country to go and treat himself. No. Or even in Italy that I'm living, that their prime minister went to another country to go and treat himself. It doesn't happen. They treat themselves in this place they live. Because they put their people first. They put their country first. So, my people, Nigeria will never work because the people who occupy the power are not really ready to work for Nigeria. It is not, this one is not by ethnic group, it is not by a dialect or whatsoever, or religion, no. But those who occupy the position, because when they are sharing that money, they share it for all, whether Muslim, Christian, pagans, or whatever, they share between themselves, because they are one society. They belong, all of them belongs to that society. So that is why they doesn't talk for us who do not belong to their society. Well, thank you, Mr. Najawas. Thank you, everyone.
Mr. Dowa, thank you very much, sir, for that submission. I appreciate you. Thank you very much, my people, for your time with us. For those of you just coming in, God bless you all. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you all. Okay, make we hear from the next person, which is Oga Chris. Oga Chris, thank you very much for your time with us this evening. As usual, good evening to you. Please talk to us.
Yeah, normal sir. Good evening, everybody. Mr. Anjao, it's good to be with you all again today, this evening. My name is Chris. I'm speaking from Dublin. Good evening, everybody, to you on the comment section. Starting from Mommy Diaspora, and thank you so much for all you do. And may the good Lord continue to bless you and protect you, and protect everything that's dear to you. Thank you for your fight for the emancipation of our beloved nation. And all of you on the comment section, you are not left out of the prayers. May the good Lord protect all of you. And the people listening to us from all over the world, I greet you especially this evening, and the people on the panel with me. I say it's nice to be on the same space with you guys this evening. Yeah, it's all about Nigeria. You know, the issues are the same, the rhetorics are the same, the echoes are the same. The nation is simply not working. But unfortunately, we are in a society where thieves have become chiefs, and barons, fools have become barons. That's the kind of society we find ourselves. And the reason I say this is because of this statement coming from Obasanjo that all leaders should be in jail. If the nation was actually working, Obasanjo ought to be in jail. He shouldn't even have the opportunity to even be talking or categorizing the people that ought to be in jail. And the reasons are not far-fetched. If we want to leave his activities alone, before pre-1999, if we just want to leave those ones, what he did between 79 and 1999, let's start from 1999 and 2007. Till now, since we have in this democracy, Obasanjo is the most strategically placed leader that could have turned the fortunes of Nigeria around. But instead of doing that, he was focused on personal aggrandizement. And see, because to build a nation, you need some key ingredients, and that's corruption. You have to bring that to the barest minimum. You give your people energy, and you ensure there's justice for everybody, and you have electoral reforms. If I say electoral reforms, it doesn't have to be the kind of democracy that we have in the West. Any form of electoral reform that ensures free and fair election practices in your nation, for me, it's completely okay. Now, if we talk about corruption, for example, you see, Obasanjo, um, he introduced that body and the EFCC, Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. You know, all this body came on board, and I think the pioneer director then was Nuhu Ribadu. Instead of Obasanjo to allow the EFCC to do what it was created for, Obasanjo started using the EFCC to chase all his political enemies, people that stood in his way. There are repercussions for ever daring him is the attack dogs, which are the EFCC. He sends those people after him, after them. So those were the preoccupations of Obasanjo all through his tenure. Although once in a while he gives everybody something to chew on. They are once in a while, maybe one or two high-profile criminal cases. But the vast majority of the people his EFCC were after were those people that were perceived as his enemies. Then, talking about energy, you see, Obasanjo was there for 8 years. And the first time in the history of Nigeria that Obasanjo refused to have the minister of the minister of petroleum, Obasanjo refused. And it is that template that Jonathan copied, Buhari copied, all of them. And that's the same template that Tinubu is also copying now. They'll have NNPC, they'll send somebody there to be the director. Then they will refuse to have a minister of petroleum. It started during Obasanjo's time. And when he was asked, why did he do that? He said when he was in Brazil or one of these South American countries, and they asked him who was the Minister of Agriculture, and the president said he was also the Minister of Agriculture because that is where they make their money from. So when Obasanjo came back home, he used that template and he became the Minister of Petroleum. And what has that ministry turned to? It has become a cesspool of corruption. It was Obasanjo that laid that foundation. And the other presidents that came, they followed his footsteps and nobody could do anything about it. Talking about energy still, now we are leaving the NNPC. That's why till today, we still don't have a functional refinery. If you can stay comfortably 8 years in power and you couldn't ensure that your nation has the ability, that the capacity to refine petroleum and to refine crude oil, I think Obasanjo doesn't have any bragging rights to decide who and who not to be in jail. Then secondly, electricity. This is another thing that Obasanjo could have done. He could have laid that foundation of energy sufficiency. There was a 15 whooping billion dollars that was budgeted for that infrastructure, but Obasanjo failed woefully. And it's on record that Brazil, with less than 10 billion US dollars when they were hosting the 2014 World Cup, and under 3 years, they were able to increase their energy capacity by 30,000 megawatts. That's what Brazil did. But Obasanjo, for 15 years, for 8 years, with $15 billion, he couldn't do anything with the energy sector. Of course, there were some IPP plants left, right, and center, and a lot of people still want to blame Jonathan Yaradua. That it was when Yaradua came that Yaradua dismantled everything. Yes, but why did Obasanjo not complete those projects before he left office? Then another thing that can make a nation great is electoral reforms. What did Obasanjo do with our electoral reforms? The rigging we are seeing today, Obasanjo laid the foundation. Just go back, go and look at the 2003 election. 2007 election was even worse. 2003 election, people, they just wrote the values. Those were the glorious PDP days, where they rig election like no man's land. It was all under the leadership of Obasanjo. Electoral reforms completely zero, to the extent he was planning for a third term. Then the justice system. For any country to develop, justice is also another ingredient. But during Obasanjo time, was there justice? No. We don't even need to talk about the Odi massacre, to level down a whole community. And what about the Zakibia massacre? A whole community. Two, because of your personal what? And this is the same person, his Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Federation was gunned down till today. Till today, we've not been able to get to the roots of who gunned that man down. We are talking about the Attorney General of a federation and Minister of Justice for that matter. Till today, we've not been able to get to the root of that. So for a leader that couldn't do anything about corruption, couldn't do anything about economic blueprint, couldn't do anything about energy, couldn't ensure electoral reforms, couldn't lay the basis for justice in his country, coming back after how many years to categorize who and who should be in jail. It is on record that 1979, all these were before 1970, between 1999 till now. Okay, if we talk about pre-1999, Obasanjo conducted the worst election we had before 1999. That was in 1979. It was exactly how they manipulated 25% of Abuja. That was the same thing Obasanjo did with that election. Imagine if he had allowed a free and fair election. If he had allowed everything to work the way it should work in this country, the people that are leaders today, none of them would have been able to get close to power. If he has ensured a free and fair electoral system, if he has strengthened the institution, the EFCC, and the judiciary system, if he had ensured electoral reforms, I kid you not, the people we have today, the leaders that they are complaining of today, none of them could have ever gotten close to power, or any one of them that messes up could easily be in jail. But the institutions that were created to defend democracy, Obasanjo undermined all of them, not one. Is it during his tenure? We know how two ship, crude oil ship, two got missing. Na Nido abi na Akara. Two ship got missing on Nigerian waters. Till today, nobody knows anything about those ships. Mr. Du already talked about the Poverty Alleviation Fund. It's on record in the early 80s, the president of Tanzania, when he came to visit Obasanjo farm, and when he told him that farm belonged to one person, the man shouted. A president like him said this was unbelievable. Where did Obasanjo got those funds from? So if we are talking about Nigeria, like I said before, it's a shame that thieves have become chiefs and morons are barons in Nigeria. The people that ought to be in jail, they are the people that are complaining. The people that have zero business in governance, they are the people that are governing the people. Is it a nation where we cannot distribute common rice? Common rice. We can't distribute rice amongst ourselves. It's on record. The stuff that the West brought to us as a nation during the COVID, we couldn't distribute those things amongst ourselves. Rather, the so-called leaders, they took those things for their personal gains. So not until we understand that the way we are now, we are not going anywhere. The level of injustice is too much. And the level of ethnic division is just too much. You have a country. How many people do we have in this country? And first of all, you call some people in your country ethnic minority by yourself. Black people like you call some ethnic minority. If it is time to do election at the federal level, for you to even stand a chance, you have to come from one of the big three, now the big two. And yet we are expecting a nation that will transform to what? And the people that are talking, unfortunately, they will never get the opportunity to get there. We know the people we have in power today. They are running the nation like an enterprise. Can't we all see? All you need to do is to believe in that enterprise. If you believe this nation is not meant to work for everybody, you believe it's a business enterprise, then automatically they open the door for you and you become one of them. At that stage, it doesn't matter your tribe, your religion, or wherever you come from. At that stage, it doesn't matter. The only time it matters is when you are speaking up for the nation. This nation has been created by the British, and we know it was wrongly put together, but we've had many opportunities. There has been many watershed in our history where we could have done the proper thing, where we could have corrected the ills that the British gave to us. That is even no longer an excuse, because every country, every singular one of them that the British created, is either they have changed their name or they have gone their separate ways. Just look at the nations that surround you. Is it Ghana that used to be called Gold Coast? Is it Ivory Coast that used to be called Cote d'Ivoire, that used to be called Ivory Coast, that used to be called Cote d'Ivoire? Or is it Benin Republic that used to be called Upper Volta? Just look around you. But yet we have refused to do anything because the nation, the way it is, it benefits the people that owns the nation. We think Nigeria is not working, but we are wrong in the sense that it is not working for you and I. That's Nigeria, that Nigeria Watch has talked about every time. Nigeria, a better place for you and I. To them, that is not their problem. The way Nigeria is now is working for them. So that's why they are not ready to change anything. Is it not yesterday we were just talking? What will it take the president to even reduce the number of ministers, let's say from 48 to 45 or 43? all the demands that they've placed before this man, he can't even touch one, not even one. So this goes a long way to tell you that they feel we don't have a stake in this nation. You and I don't have it. The only thing that will make you to have a stake is to get into the political class, and not just get into the political class. You must have to speak for the powers that be. Otherwise, nobody is going to listen to you. Otherwise, sooner or later, something is going to happen to you, and there will be nothing you can do about it. The injustice, the level of bloodshed is too much in this nation. And there's no way any nation can rise above the ashes, above the shackles of poverty, when you have so much injustice, so much bloodshed all around the place. Like they said, democracy is watered by the blood of valiants, but there has to be a time when we say enough is enough. When is enough going to be enough in Nigeria? You have a society that is so skewed. You have fools in power, fools determining the welfare, the lifestyle of the most brilliant people in the society. Then the next thing they tell you about quota system, they tell you about all form of sickness system. And the people are just looking. Even the representative, the people that are representing the deprived sections of the country, once they get to power, they don't say anything again. Look at the Labour Party people that we elected. Not one of them. Not one of them. Although some of them are doing palliative. Is it palliative? Is palliative what are those the things a nation needs? You are not there to bring about quality contribution. As we speak now, nobody is talking about electoral reform before the next election. Nobody is holding Mahmoud to accountability. It's as if nothing has happened. Our minds are so dark, dirty, and skewed, so negatively skewed, that what we talk about is just how to survive the next day. Imagine the people that we've lost now in this NSAS, this protest. I'm very sure that nobody is going to remember them. I'm very sure about that. So the legislators we have in the House, nobody is talking about electoral reforms, and the election is on the way. Nobody is talking, is pressing for reformation of how the electoral umpires are choosing. There has to be a paradigm shift. At least, if there's not if we cannot talk about revolution, let's talk about paradigm shift. Because if we continue like this, we are not going. Can't we see we are moving in a circle without an end? And yet you have the people that are supposed to be the gatekeepers of the society, the religious leaders. They are all be compromised, all, apart from a microscopic few. And those few, who knows why they've not been compromised? Is it that they love the people in power or what? So these are the issues that we are facing. It is unfortunate it is the criminals that are calling the shots in our nation. And that is why things are like this. And the earlier we stop pointing fingers to external factors, the better. Because there is no country that is free of external influence. It's all about how you, as your nation, how you are able to defend your nation by the quality leaders that you have in power. Even the US is under external influence from Russia, China, and all of them. Even Britain is under swift and fierce competition from the rest of the EU. All of them, the Balkans, they have swift competitions with Russia because they share the same ancestry with Russia. It's the same. Is it in Southeast Asia? Vietnam, all of them, they are all having one form of competition against each other. Even in the right there in the Middle East, where you have the Abu Dhabis and all of them, those kingdoms, United Arab Emirates, those kingdoms there, they are all still in competition with each other. They are all competing with each other who will attract the most tourists. So it is the same all over the world. We can't keep crying. Instead of we to keep crying, we need to do the proper thing. We need to love our nation. We need to love our people, because that is the difference between leadership in the West and leadership in deprived nations, not just Africa alone. Immediately you have leaders that will love their nation. Immediately you have leaders that will love the people. They govern, they superintend over whichever word suits them. Because I can't even say this is leadership. They are superintending over us. What we need from them is just for them to love. If they love the people they are governing, definitely nobody will tell them, nobody will coerce them, nobody will impress it on them to provide the basic amenities of life, to provide things like as basic as electricity, as basic as road, as basic as pipe-borne water. Well, I can't even go more than this because I know you've given me a long time. In the second presentation, I'll round up this. Mr. Nanjawatch, thank you so much for all you do. I'm very, very grateful, and for the time you gave me. I appreciate this. I would never take it for granted. Good evening, Nigeria.
Thank you. Thank you, Oga Chris. Thank you so much. Thank you. God bless you. Thanks for your submission. Thank you, my people. I appreciate every one of you.
Mr. Davis.
Yes, sir. You are ready now?
Yeah. Sorry about the cutoff. I got engaged in a
Talk to us.
Conversation. Yeah.
Thank you. Good evening to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Yeah. I greet you once again. God bless you for the good work you are doing. I greet all the fellow panelists, those of the comment section, Mommy Diaspora. I greet you, man, once again. God bless you. And those that are listening, welcome. I originally actually wanted to talk. I've planned to talk on Obasanjo, but Mr. Chris took it to another level completely. But he took it to another level that I will have to spend a minute or two on that. See, for me, I strongly believe that Chief Obasanjo or Obasanjo, the old man has the bragging right. Yes, he has. That's my own position. Obasanjo has the bragging right. Yes, we can go on a litany of all his, massive shortcomings. Yes, we can go on that. In fact, there are books have been written even on that. We can do that. But Baba Obasanjo, today, 2024, he has the bragging right. Debatably, his government since 1999 is still the best government to date. The facts are there. Every government has their own problem, number one. Number two, government is a continuum. If successive government after Obasanjo have taken the step to improve on one of what Obasanjo did, or the foundation that he laid, those positive things that he did, Nigeria will not be where we are today. Yes, he has a bragging right. Arguably, it's still the best government. Obasanjo left a whopping foreign reserve close to over $40 billion when he was leaving. He eliminated the debt, brought it to zero. Hear that, zero. He created the crude oil, the forex, the excess account managed by the likes of Okojo-Iweala. He laid the foundation for the looting they are doing today, and in his mind, he did it well. That is the mining sector. He did that. He created the mining act, and that brought a lot of investment to Nigeria. And that is what they are using today to loot the country, taking all those resources of, aside from crude oil. The loopholes in that act that successive government should have worked on, they left it, and they are using it right now to make the country. Yes, Baba Obasanjo has his own problem, issues, but he laid foundations. that successive governments, if they had actually worked on it as a government, we will not be where we are today. What is the excess crude oil account? How much do we have there today? Jonathan depleted it. From where Obasanjo left it, Jonathan depleted it to up to about 12 billion. As at the time Buhari was leaving, he depleted it to less than 300 million. CO, $12 billion depleted it to less than 300 million. That is Buhari. So for Baba Obasanjo, I believe he has a bragging right to some extent, because if you do comparison, yes, his government is still the best government. Every government has their problem. He has his own shortcoming as a politician. From a political perspective, Obasanjo, you can say yes, a massive failure. But from the developmental perspective, he played his role, especially economically for Nigeria. It is successive government that blow it. That's what I want to say on that with respect to Obasanjo. And what you said, Mr. Elvis, just before I was cut off on the broadcast, talked about the governors. Very profound, that we should also be challenging the governors. But you know the problem? The problem is the Constitution. The federal government knows that. Each and every of these governors, politicians, they know that. They are aware of that. And they are leveraging on it. They want the Constitution to remain. They use the Constitution to cover their ineptitude. It is the Constitution that they are using. If you go to any state governor now, they will tell you before you say jack. And when they say this now, you keep your mouth shut. They will tell you about, they don't have, the Constitution does not give them right. They'll start telling you about the exclusive list and the residual list. The exclusive list that has about 68 items on it. Everything given to the federal government. Ordinary for you to set up a business in Nigeria, business registration, business name, it is the federal. You can't do it through the state. And yet you want the state to develop. Minimum wage that we're talking about, it is the federal that will negotiate it. State government cannot. Stamp duties. When you do business in a state, you do that business in that state too. Stamp duties. Do you know the trillions of naira that is sitting on stamp duties today in Nigeria? It is the federal government that collects it. State can't get it. It will shock you. Even tourism that we all talk about. Tourism. State government cannot, they can't really go far on tourism. They still have to go to Abuja. They still need power from the federal level. Education that we're all talking about, the state can still not really go far. So even if you blame the governor, you have a limit. There's how far you can go. If you get to a point, the governor will send you back to the center. That is the useless constitution that they call federal constitution that the country is practicing. So it still boils down to the constitution. It will shock you that the VAT, the VAT that the Nigerian government collects, it is the states that collect this VAT. They still take it to Abuja. Abuja will now start distributing it. Sokoto and Zamfara, I can tell you for free. They don't collect. Zamfara and Sokoto combined together, they don't collect 2 billion naira on VAT annually. Look at the allocation of VAT in a 12-month period. Just those two states alone, they are collecting over 50 billion naira on VAT distribution. And yet, the two of them do not contribute together from VAT. Majority of VAT is coming from Lagos, it's coming from Rivers State, it's coming from all the oil-producing states. Those are the states that are contributing VAT, and yet they can't touch the VAT. It still goes to Abuja. Abuja will still have to decide on it. Who gets what, and So, yes, we can go after the governor. It is important to do that, even with all these roadblocks highlighted. Yes, it is important to go after the governors because at the end of the day, they are getting their allocation. And as I've said earlier, they love it because the constitution gives them the cover. And again, it is only the state governor that can challenge the federal government effectively. That's why the federal government always settle them. I see it as a form of settlement. The state governors can challenge the federal government and bring the federal government to order. Whenever they collect any of the Abacha loot, the state government, we've seen instances, 1 or 2 instances, they will rush to court to go and get a judgment that the money should be distributed. And the federal. Hello?
Yeah, continue. We can hear you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, sorry about that. Can you hear me, please?
Yes, we can hear you.
Mr.
Jonathan,
go ahead.
continue.
I'm hearing an echo somewhere. So,
Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Wow. Anyways, let me go ahead. I'm just hearing another voice from the background. Hello?
Sir Jonathan, we are with you. You got to continue. We are with you.
We can hear you. Go ahead.
Thank you. So as I was saying, it is the state government. They love the constitution of Nigeria the way it is. And the federal government know this very well. It is the state government that can hold the federal government to account effectively. Yet, they will not do that because they know the constitution is their cover and they are using it very well. This constitution is what is giving the state government cover. Before you say it, they will tell you that they don't have the right. It's not in the list. It's not in the residual list. It's in the exclusive list of the constitution. Everything, just name it. You still have to go to Abuja to do it. So that is that's the problem with respect to that. But again, that still does not stop us from going after all these governors, all these states, one after the other, really going deep into them and exposing them. The amount of money that each state have received in 2024 alone, this is August 2024, is already double the money that each one of them received in 2023. Just the 8th month of 2024, they have received double the amount of money that they received in 2024. But where is the money? What do you have to show for it in all of these things? Where is the money going to? Of course, the answer to that is clear. And finally, I'm not going to waste too much time. I will just talk on this video that we showed, the court clerk that was requesting for 20,000 naira. The clerk that was requesting for 20,000 naira before he will sign or he will take the document of a bail that has been granted already. Before they will sign the bail that has been that the conditions has been met, you still need 20,000. You see, that is the problem. That is why you will see that kind of a clerk, court clerk, will not go on a protest. He or she will not go on a protest. Our salary is not up to 100,000 naira per month. But what she's getting from that seat on a monthly basis is double, if not triple, that salary. That's why people like that will not go on protest. Most Nigerians, they are part of this corrupt system. That is just one sector. We're just looking at the judiciary. It's across board. Go to all the federal ministries and all the federal parastatals. Any simple thing before you do it, you must drop money. you must do something. That is how they are living. That's why they will not be. It is those people that they have no any other option. The ordinary Nigerians, the poor Nigerians, there is no extra place for them to even get extra 500 naira in a month. Those are the people that have been pushed to the wall. Those are the people, majority of them, that are coming out. So that is just where we find, that's where we find ourselves in Nigeria at this point in time. Mr. Elvis, I will just drop it at that for now, because I think I took a lot of time.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much. I will come back.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate
Mr.
it.
Jonathan, thank you, sir. God bless you. Thank you very much for your submission. Thank you. Okay, give us a mandate if you are there, sir. Please talk to us. Good evening to you, my brother.
Good evening to you. Thank you very much. Hopefully you can hear me clearly.
Yeah.
Hopefully you are doing okay today, and the family is doing well. You don't play game today. That boy don't beat you today, right? Maybe trash you again today. Thank you very much. We do appreciate you. Comment section greetings to everyone. Mommy Diaspora, we greet you. Thanks to everyone. Well, let me just pick it up from where the two last speaker dropped it. You know, sometimes ago I say something on this channel that only if Obasanjo, only and only if, did not have put his hand into some dubious things, it would have been celebrated by Nigerians. And you see what Mr. Chris said, now hear what Mr. Jonathan said, a misfeeling about a man that would have stood tall for his nation or for his country today. Hear what Mr. Odua said. And when Mr. Odua talked about Okila Cement, we all should be bothered, even though we know that those things were done illegally and there's no way probably to get them back until maybe the people come together or they vote against it, we can get it back. But when Mr. Odua talk about Okila Cement, we all should be bothered. Now, the same thing that happened to Okila Cement happened to that farm that belongs to Nigeria. But now, one man took ownership of that farm and turned it to his own. Do you know, sir, that the roads that lead to that farm, Songwater, the major roads that lead to that farm, for the 8 years Obasanjo was the president, did not tar the road. The roads that can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Yeah. So I think somebody said something. So the road was not tarred for the 8 years. In fact, that people of Ogun State, that is one of their anger against him. That for the 8 years that this guy was the president, nothing you can point to in the southwest, southeast region as a Bible project. Now, after all said and done, you have these technocrats, people like Ngozi Okejiwiala, people like Soludo, Ribadu. Do you know, sir, that Obasanjo and Ribadu, they have the case file. They had a case file of this criminal drug baron as a president. They had this case file in hand. That was what happened to Tafa Balogun. They had a case file of Tinubu in their hand, and they were dialing on the file. What should they do? What should they do? What should they do? And today, Ribadu is frustrating for one-time criminal that he would have put in jail. Ribadu is now calling Amoda, the criminal drug baron, Tinubu. He's calling Tinubu daddy, the one that he would have put behind bar some years back. They're dealing with evil. So for how much we want to talk about Obasanjo did this, did that, whether economically or did his own, he also has. How many of them they don't have their own oil block? You think he just came out to talk about the cabals and not allowing and they are not giving Dangote they are not giving Dangote oil. You know how much of their own money is in investment of Dangote? You know how much of their own money is in Dangote Corporation today? Now all of a sudden, Obasanjo is saying that they are not giving Dangote oil. Hey, in my own submission and my own stand on this issue, Mr. Odua, I think maybe what would have said is the people that supposed to be in prison, Obasanjo is the one that will stand in front of them and lead them, including himself, and they will all go to prison. Obasanjo will take the lead. Jonathan will follow. Buhari will follow. Tinubu will follow. Majajawala will follow. They will all follow and lock themselves in the prison and let Nigeria breathe. Because these guys are evil. They are the evil ones. Babangida will follow them. They all you put iron in their hand and just put that of them and close the door, including Obasanjo. The war be there because they put us where we are today. They put us in the mess that we are today. How can you have a criminal? Chicago did not just start during 2023. Chicago State case has been for how long has it been? Chicago's case. So whatever you see this Amoda doing today, having 17 oil block, having a refinery in Malta, having this one, having that one, he learned from Obasanjo. He learned from Jonathan. He learned from Buhari. Which one is better? Which one is better? Mr. Evans always say that. Why can't the current government put the previous government in prison? They will never do it because they just follow. They all follow their footsteps. They all follow each other to do evil against Nigerians. Obasanjo, he had one of the finest cabinet you can think about. Brains put together. I mean, you can see Ngozi today. She'll be a grandmother. She's still there, leading in the forefront of the world. Leading. Obasanjo he had the finest cabinet, the finest ministers, the finest brain that you can think about. EFCC would have just been maybe like FBI or this in America, but they rubbished it, they destroyed it. Now it's being used as like Mr. Jenda would say, as their bulldogs. And that's why Kayode will shout with his throat. If Abel does not go to prison, he will resign. Has he resigned? He will never resign. And that guy is a pastor and redeemed. What a nonsense. Kayode is a pastor and redeemed. So for me, in fact, most of the pastors have to join them to be led to the prison because they are all in cahoots. The pastors, the bishop, the GOM, all of them, they have to be put together, put all of them together, put them for the same prison because they are in bed with this evil man. And so when that young boy 3 days ago talked about, just give me a classroom, I will sit on the floor and learn. You understand what it means to be educated. You understand what education can do in the fabrics of a society. And that's why that boy, everything is said. In all that is said, education was key to it because if you give a man education, you have given the man light. And so why are they Agberos in the southwest region? Obafemi Awolowo gave education, Tinubu gave Agberos. And so you see if different things just happening all over the places. Different things. So for me, the only way to get this right is what they have done in the past 10 days. And I think they say, like I said, a million march is coming. Let's keep this whole thing. Let's keep it going. These guys are bent on not changing. Have you heard that Tinubu all of a sudden now retract his step and say, okay, you know what? Subsidy, we'll work on it. Education will do this. Have you had anything? because they will not do it. Because they will not do it for the people. It's just for themselves and their families. It's just themselves and their families. Just for them and their cronies. And that's why Nigerians, we should not relent on this struggle. Let's keep the fire burning. Let's not relent. Let's not relent. These guys they are bent on not doing anything good for Nigerians. They are bent on not doing anything good for Nigerians. And so it's our own duty never to relent. It's our duty never to retire. Let's keep the fire burning. Because people are being tied in their numbers every day. People are dying of hunger. Come on, I mean, just food. What is the sole aim of a government? What is the purpose of a government? What is their aim? I'm not going to the governors. Shey Makinde of the governor for your state said, federal government didn't give them he said he didn't give them 570 billion. So between federal government and the governors, who is telling lies? Who is telling them? Because the Bala Blue told the Nigerians that they should go and hold their governors, that they've given their governors money. Now, one thing we will understand is the money, if any money was given to governors, it wasn't given to the governors to take care of their people. It was just to shock their mouth, like they did for the House of Rep members and the senators, that they bought them a private jeep of 460 million naira. It's just to tell them, you know what, keep quiet. Whatever I do now, I do it, and nobody can question me. So, but between the federal government and the governors, who are the people telling lies? Who is telling lies? Who is telling lies? Because in the first place, they may get the money and not use it for the good of the government and for the good of the people, or the federal government may not give them money and say they give them money to indict them. But who is telling lies between the federal government and the governors? Because there's no way the governor. Both the governor and the federal government, either way, they are both corrupt. They are both thieves. But who should we believe in this matter? So, my people, the only way to get this whole thing right is to keep the fire burning. The 1 million man march, let it start from everywhere. Let it start from and to the person that was collecting a bribe to sign a document. Don't be surprised that part of that money may end up in mosque or in church as their either saraka or their offering. But like I said, Mr. Jones, such people will not come and protest because the money do you know how many people go and sign documents in Lagos High Court every per day? Is either they want to travel or they want to start their business. Do you know how many people that goes to the court to go and sign documents? But this is how the system has been corrupt. On the ordinary, should you even pay somebody money? Why can't those things be? Why can't they be technology that people can just log on to, pay the money, go there, the thing is done for you, and that's it. No money changing out between one person and the other. But there are so many loopholes, so many bureaucracy, so many bottlenecks created so that people can steal. So many bottlenecks created so that people can loot and steal from the system. Nigerians, we need to continue the struggle. We need to continue the fight because these guys are bent on not wanting to change. The only way to change them is through what has happened in the past 10 days. And let not the fire die down. In fact, I was in a space today. Brothers and sisters from the north on the Twitter space, you need to hear how eloquent these guys were in their speech and in their thoughts. So my people, the fire is spreading wide. Let's keep it burning. Let's not relent. Let's keep the struggle. Thank you very much, Mr. Helvis. Thank you for all that you do. Appreciate you. God bless you and your family in Jesus' name. Thank you. Appreciate you. Have a blessed weekend.
My brother, give us a mandate. Thank you very much for your submission. I appreciate you. Thank you for putting your voice out there every other day. God bless you. Okay, let's see. We still have Okay, we have Black Panther with us, the last person on the panel. Black Panther, thank you very much, my brother, for joining us. Good evening to you. Please talk to us.
Thank you, Najawash. I'll be brief. I'll try to be brief.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to thank everybody. Thank you all for speaking. And we are getting to the last lap, and everybody's becoming constitutionally and aware about the main issue we are having, and that is the Constitution. And I want to thank Mama in diaspora. Thank you, Mommy, for being consistent. Mommy, we are getting there. We are getting there. God is with us. We are getting there. And I want to thank all the commenters. May God bless all of you. We are all getting there. Top notch to every one of you. We are getting there. We can do it, and we will do it. We are not going to fight, but we will get there, and we'll be celebrating ourselves, and we'll be celebrating the new nation. I want to start by saying I want to thank Professor Ozekhome, the Chief, High Chief, Professor High Chief. I want to thank him for his excellent and his eloquent and his professional, ability and intellectual capacity with the boldness of his team. And I know they have been hearing us, and we have been going round, but some of us have been end bet on the Constitution. I believe because of the way we were brought up in leadership when we were in higher institution, and we look at it, we went for training, and thank God we were tutored by many of them that have the like minds that have been speaking the truth, and the truth is the Constitution, where you have a people with different diversity. You have to tell yourself how we're going to live together so that we'll not be a burden to ourselves. Rather, we should be a burden to the rest of the world. Like the Chinese are a burden to the rest of the world because they are competing in technology, they are competing in education, they are competing in agriculture, and they are competing in defense. Mr. Jonathan, may God bless you. We are on the same track. And I thank God you have spoken eloquently well on it. But there's one thing I want to say concerning the issue of the subsidy, the cancellation of our debt. We still, if you go into that document very well, we still have 2.6 billion to pay, which was left over. I think that was the interest that were accrued. But the main money, which the agreement, they took off the main money that was loaned, but the interest, I think they were part of the interest that they left behind, which was very easy for us to have, Jonathan to have done, but Jonathan, mismanaged it financially, and he went on borrowing too. Now, I want to thank you for speaking everything well. Now, I want us to throw away all the Mr. B did it, Mr. A did it, Mr. B did not do well, Mr. D. No, we have ironed that one out. We know who and who will be. The main issue here is that what is making all of them to perpetrate every evil? They know I've said it here. They know that the Constitution is the problem, and the Constitution is the only thing that can bring the power to the people accurately, specifically. The Constitution is the only thing that can bring the power. It is the only thing that can foment a strong structure for our nation to strive and be a burden to other nations in terms of all the things that our nation, technology, education, agriculture, science, military. That is it. And I want you all to note one thing, that Obasanjo regime was the best ever. If you want to talk about his achievement and bringing the best of Nigeria to be in the end of affair, is Obasanjo regime. Nobody can take it out from him. He has a lot of defects, which everybody, because of political affiliation and political interest from other of his mates, other of his people, because nothing can be done individually in terms of when it's politics. You have to have liaise and, conclusion with all your political mates to forge ahead to say things to the Nigerian people or to the Senate. He has done a lot of things that we don't agree with him, like the OD stuff. But we are not here to throw blame now, because this is our only opportunity for us to throw away that military decree that they have given to us. As I said it here, and thank God Professor Ozekhome said it too, that was a decree affirmed by the military. But we all just took it because we were in a hurry to get this done. That was why we took it. We were in a hurry to move on, because if we don't move these military people out, they might come and say something else. That was why we pushed it out. And it was a collective effort of every Nigerians that were on ground, both home and abroad, that fostered that movement to its latter. And we got it right. Now there is another opportunity for us to get it right. Mr. Nigerian has said yesterday, he said, I didn't notice this thing go do okay. The way we they go today, yes, he put a conditional statement. The way we they go today, we are not saying we go fit get that right or we go fit better. That is a well-defined statement. If we go the way we are going now, we will never get it right. We will keep on talking until we go gray hair, and the generation will leave it for another generation. But my prayer today is that the generation, our generation, we are about to hit the nail at the right hole. And that is the Constitution. And before we go into it, we have to note here that we all came from various affiliation, ethnic group. Something brought us together. Someone brought us together. And we have been living for over 60 years. For us, and we have not seen the best of us being at the ends of affair. And we have never gone deep into us to bring out the best of us, best thing inside of us, to make sure that we become a burden to the outside world. We have not done that. Why? Because the Constitution will not give birth to the best of us to be at the ends of affair. That is why you see the military are in coerce with the civilians in this country, because they know that is a decree and it is well affirmed. And the people that have read the constitutional lawyer, our great constitutional lawyer, the best of us, stand to galvanize themselves together and said the problem is that decree cannot galvanize the entire tribe in Nigeria to become one. And I want to thank the northern brothers today. As we have seen, we'll be shouting, let them come. Where are they? Are they not coming out? But because hunger has brought us together, they are now coming out, and we have seen that they are not as illiterate as we are thinking. But what has kept them in their cocoon was religion. And I believe hunger has breaking that barrier of religion, and they are coming out to speak. Though there may be some small voices in there that we can. I don't want us to look at the voices that are undertone now. I want us to focus as we are saying that this is the problem, that person is the problem. Let us start tackling the solution in that Constitution now. Let us start talking and how we are going to make it, because I was having a issue before. How are we going to put aside the National Assembly? But Professor Ozekhome, with his intellectual capacity, that told us that is not a problem. That is a breakthrough now. It's a breakthrough for us. If we can stand on that trajectory, keep on stick. If we say anything we want to say, let us link it with the Constitution. Let us start talking about how we're going to set up individual state, how the mineral resources is going to go about, how we're going to set up our education, how we're going to set up a sort of education where it will be productive, where scientific production will go into our industry and we'll start producing it. We are supposed to talk about that. And now, I want to let us know this. We borrowed democracy from America. America run their democracy, and they gave room for the people that are minority. That is why you have the vote, the college vote. That is why you have, after everybody might have voted, they will not go into a cocoon and now look at the highest vote, and those people will come out and vote. Those minority will come out and bring out their vote. They recognize the minority in America. That is why you see that at the end of it all, it's not who won the highest vote that wins the election. They still have to give the minority to have their say in the election. That is to tell you that the American Constitution, American democracy have a democracy for themselves that will suit their situation. And that is what the entire African nation has not been able to do. The Asians are doing it, but we did not recognize it. They choose the worst of us to lead us. They gave us something that we did not look into and said, how are we going to make this thing be our own? Putting our tradition, putting our religion, putting everything into to make it Africanistic democracy. That is what the Asians are doing. That is why they are getting it right. That is why they are competing. Now is the turn of Africa. I would love every one of you to go and listen to the speech spoken by the Burkina Faso leader in English. He talked about the mindset of the African mind. He talked about why they put fear into the mindset of Africa when he was addressing the youth of Burkina Faso and the other African nations that assembled in Burkina Faso. We have to really go in. As we are gathered here today, we are the best of Nigeria. We have to sit down and fashion out how the constitution will be. By the time we start speaking on that constitution, how it's going to be an African, a Nigerian constitution, then the people out there will begin to have point, now have to have something to hold on and now speak, because we are the best of Nigeria that is speaking now. We should hold our knife down. If we get it right, all these evil people will run. They will run, or they will do what? Bring the money they've stolen, bring it back to the economy and start working. How are we going to have an independent judiciary? How are we going to have an independent electoral body? How are we going to have an independent National Assembly? And how are we going to have an independent state government? Those are the things we should start talking now, so that by the time we are talking this thing, it will go far, because we are the best of Nigeria that is assembled here today. And as we go further, I want to say this: we have nailed it. Please, anybody that has been offended, we know we all have offended ourselves. Let us start digging in on how the constitution will look like, so that we will not be caught unawares again, where somebody will bring something that we don't know about and we'll start all over again. Please, I beg every one of us, we are the best of Nigeria that is assembled here today. We have the right, we have everything, the capacity, the intellectual capacity to now start speaking on how the constitution should look like, how our judiciary will look like. Because me, I don't have I don't know how the judiciary should be independent. I don't know how it will be formed now. I need somebody to tell me how we can form the judiciary that will be independent of the president or the prime minister. And I don't know if we should really talk on, are we going to work on this federalism, or we are going to work on parliamentary system? These are the things we should be talking on, so that we will not be caught on our way and they will bring something that we don't like. Please, I beseech every one of us. We have hurt ourselves. We have fought ourselves. Now is the right time to nail it, because nothing will work if we don't have a good constitution. Thank you, Nigeria. Thank you, all the patriots that have spoken. We are the best of Nigeria. Now is the time for us to speak as the best of Nigeria on the constitution of Nigeria, because that is the way forward. God bless every one of you. God bless Nigeria Watch. God bless all the patriots, and God bless the Oba of Guinea. Thank you. Oba Tokwe, he said.
Thank you. Thank you very much, my brother. He said, I appreciate you. Okay, everybody on the panel have spoken. 3 hours is enough for on Saturday. So let's have our final submission so we can end the show. Thank you very much, my wonderful people listening to us right there, and those of you on the comment section as well. Thank you so much. Madam Bella Naomi, thank you very much, man. I can see you. Good evening to you. Thanks for joining us today. Thank you, everybody. Okay, I'd like us to have our final submission starting with the first person on the panel, which is Madam Patricia. Madam Patricia, if you're available. So we're going to do 4 minutes, please.
I might not need 4 minutes, but anyway, thank you again, Mr. Elvis.
Okay.
I'm still available. Oh, yes, the court, was it the court clerk? Yeah, that's, I think it was the lawyer that was crying out for his client. Apparently, the judge has already passed the ruling that the man should be bailed, but then, because of the impunity that has grown wings in Nigeria, the court clerk refused to type out the rulings. So that's the country that we belong to, where a judge will pass a ruling and then the court clerk will have the audacity not to carry it out, except they give them money. So, well, we don't blame them. We saw what happened in the 2023 election, when the judges were the ones used to provide justice. So I think with what happened in that election, their colleagues everywhere are summoned courage to do the same. Because when suddenly FCT, it said 25 states, the winner must have 25 states and FCT, the and there became it didn't matter anymore. He said 25% of FCT was not a requirement anymore suddenly. So why would the people working in the court not, the clerks also, not take laws into their hand and do what they want? Everybody is looking for money. It's money, money, money they are chasing. They don't care who's, the people they are hurting. And I tell you, if of course, I think the lawyer had to pay. He paid actually, but he was claiming that that was why he was crying out that he's going to make sure that that money is refunded back to his clients. But you saw their attitude, you saw their posture. It wasn't that was just means that they were not protected at all. If you like, you take it to God. To them, nothing will happen. The sky not before. So that's the country of Nigeria. That's how low Nigeria has descended. But definitely things will change. Thank you, Mr. Ellis. Let me give room for others. Thank you.
All right, Amanda Patricia, thank you very much, ma. Thanks for your submission. Appreciate your time with us today. Before I call on the next person, I'd like to appreciate you, Madam Bella Naomi. Thanks for the super chat. Thanks for your time with us today, and thanks for all you do. I appreciate you, ma. Thank you very much. Good evening to you once again. Okay, Mr. Jonathan, please, your final submission, 4 minutes, sir, if you're there.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Elvis. I really appreciate it. I think it was yesterday on the platform towards the end. I think it was Mr. Chris. He said the chances of Nigeria working is not there. How true. The chances of Nigeria working under this present dispensation that we have is far. It's like it's far. In fact, it is impossible. It cannot work. You can't get any good economy out of this system. It can work. That was what Mr. Chris said yesterday, and that Ozekhome, SAN, said it. No good economy can come out from this. It's just the same thing. Nothing good can come out. You see, my only fear or my only concern as of today is that Mr. Tinubu will not do this. And if anything, Mr. Tinubu is going to use it as at when it is politically advantageous to him. He's going to put it now in the burner, they just shelve it right now. And come 2026, thereabout, they will pull it out for political purposes. And it will be one of their main campaign topic. I see this as a way of just, literally giving him the second term. I believe and I seriously think that for Nigeria as it is right now, the issue of constitution, to change the constitution of Nigeria, is something that is of now, if not even yesterday. It's not something that a president will say, okay, I'm going to review it. That's his statement. Said I'm focused now on the economy. The economy cannot be good with this constitution. So you deal with the root problem. So you can see the manipulation there right off the bat. Mr. Tinubu's statement. I'm focused now on the economy. I will review it at the appropriate time. So literally, so what he's saying is that I heard you, and then we have put it in a file, they shelve it somewhere. They handed it over to Femi Gbajamiamila. So he just put it somewhere. Come 2026, thereabout, they will bring it out and say that is what he wants to do for his second term. Give him the mandate so that he will do it. And my fear is that Nigerians will fall for it. So the protest that is going on, the agitation that is going on should continue. People should not buy into this. And to even think of it, for me as a person, why will I even accept anything that comes out from the Nigerian government? A mere statement for me to believe it? It's not even what the paper is written on. Any statement that comes from the Nigerian government. You believe that at your own peril. You will cry till kingdom come. At your own peril. I will review it. A constitutional review, a constitutional change or constituent assembly, I will review it from Mr. Tinubu. It ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's not anything coming out of there does not even work. It doesn't worth it. I'll be the most naive person on planet Earth to believe anything coming out of the Nigerian government. Why? Why should I? Why will any sensible, normal person believe? That's how Nigerians are so gullible. Because I think that they are just handing him over the message that they will use for second term to run the second, and when they will have run the economy aground. And then that is what they will now say to you, to Nigerians. So the issue of the constitution is now, is of today. The process must start today. This is not something you will put on the shelf till 2025, 2026, when it is when it will become politically expedient and advantageous to you. No, it is now. That process must start now if you are really genuine and serious about it. You are not playing games. So, Mr. Elvis, if not for time, I still have one or two things, but thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thanks to everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Oga Jonathan. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate you. Okay, Mr. Destiny, are you still with us? If you're there, your 4 minutes starts now.
Let another person speak.
Okay, when you come back, you are getting 2 minutes. Thank you. Mr. Odowa, please, your 4 minutes starts now, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Najawosh. Thank everybody, for the panelists. Thank you all. Well, let me talk on when people are saying minority. You see, every time I talk, but people doesn't take my word serious or take it in direction because they feel maybe I'm not a Scottish person or I don't talk the way they feel. But I talk reality of visions of life. When people say minority, it's in ethnic is minority or the language. Because zoning it as Wazobia, it is not ethnic, it is language that they have. Because when we talk of ethnic, the Benin ethnic, when we check even these three places, we find the Benin ethnic among them. Now, from Cross River, Rivers, Bayelsa, Delta, Edo, then Ondo, if we put this place together, we believe that those who are calling us minority, we know that we are not minority. Now, apart from Ondo, let's go to Eko, Lagos. Then let's go to Ekiti. We have groups with the local government which are Benins, like the Ijebu Ode. The Ijebu Ode people are Benins. Now, if all these people combine together in Ekiti, when all these people combine together, will the Yoruba call Benin minority, or will the Igbo call Benin minority, or will the Hausa people call Benin minority? I believe what they have is just language, the dialect, not the ethnic. Then let's go to even the Igbo side. We have the Onitsha there. In Abia State, we have the Bende. In Enugu State, we have the Ezike. Then in Ebonyi, we have the Igede. That is in the side of the Igbo. Then if we go to the Benue, we have Igede in Benue, which occupy 2 or 3 local governments. Then we come to Yeye Bello State, Kogi. The LME, because the Igbira people, where this our senator came from, they are Benin people. So will you call these people minority with all these places I have mentioned now? But what they don't have is general language, which make them language minority, not ethnic minority, because people will say 3 ethnic. No, it's not 3 ethnic, but just language. So let people put it in their sense and understand that there is nothing like minority in Nigeria. What we have is language minority, not ethnic minority. Then for the Nigerian government or Nigeria leader, as far as the people of Nigeria did not come together to agree that this is how we want to exist on, and people say they have constitutions. So it will never work, because the paper that they brought for us was for criminal purpose and is serving criminality. So those who occupy, or those who have the mind of criminality, are the one we use it, and it will be for them. A thief go to thief, not to thief to better his community, but to thief to better himself. That is why we spend whatever he's done any the way he like. So for those who are occupying the position, know that that paper that they give to them called constitution is criminal ways of life. So that is why then the paper want to write, say we the people. And that is why I'm asking those, even the people they call constitution lawyers and all, let them tell us the name of those people. We the people that write the constitution. No one can bring it out. So my people, those who occupy that position, until we realize that no, we were existing before the British, even before the Germany, the Holland, the Portuguese, before they came to our land, the Portuguese and all, before they came to our land, we were existing. And how do we exist? Then if we decide to come together, we must come together in this. But because of the criminal minded we have among ourselves, who put themselves along with that paper, we don't want things to work for us. So that is why we are existing this way. A man from Sokoto will come and carry my oil, we come and carry my cocoa, we come and carry my timber. and he has gold in his side. He has stone. He have cow. He have onions. Me, I don't take control of it. Then we will say we are one Nigeria. My people, the certain people, and this is Nigeria is only place I found that they have three names. When you hear, they will say the South, the East, and the West. The East, the North, and the West. Where is the South? Nigeria is only place I have never heard that when they will talk about South. No, they will say the East, our brother of the East, our brother of the North, our brother of the... Where is the South people? They should begin to ask ourselves, Nigeria begin to ask ourselves this question. Whenever they are talking, let them know that either for cardinal point or two cardinal points. They should never be saying the South, the East, and the West. The North and the East and the West. So, people, let us change our brain, our mind, the way we think and the way we work. Because those that read Bible said, it is not what going to a man defy a man, it is what comes out of a man that defy a man. Because whatever you might come out of you, you conceive it in your heart before you bring it out. So, my people, I thank those who protest, and I thank those who will still want me to protest. Because what this criminal here is take action along with their actions. Even though they said they want to dialogue from nothing next tomorrow, though as far as they occupy that criminal positions of that paper, they will never work anything for us, except we take them action with actions. And this is why I love Sowore. Sowore will have been the next president, so that all these people will have been in Kuje prison or Guantanamo or Kri in Lagos, so that we will have freedom. And all their property should be seized and made to work for Nigerians. So, my people, I urge us to see good things this way. Thank you, Mr. Najawash. Thank everybody. Thank all the panelists. Thank you.
Mr. Dowa, thank you very much, sir. God bless you. I appreciate you. Oga Chris, please, sir. Talk to us. Your 4 minutes.
Yeah, Domo sir. Thank you again. Once more for the opportunity to give my roundup. Yeah. The people that are listening to us, it's good to have you again, and we are just rounding up. The issues are still the same. I'll just before I continue, Mr. Odua, who tell you say they know they take your word serious? I think only yesterday, Mr. Jonathan was giving a very good example of what your submission some time ago, and today, Black, give us our mandate. Also use your submission to give good examples. So people they listen to you, they take your word serious. Well, for the issues today, you see, nothing has changed. Everything's still the way it is. We need the revamping of our constitution, if not even our constitution, but the way we do things. My argument earlier on was just about having very strong institutions. And I completely agree that if we discuss, no matter how you are going to put it, Obasanjo outperformed all these people that we have in many ways. He did. He actually outperformed them. But at the same time, he also left landmines for people that are to come after him. It's just like somebody having a very big poultry farm and you have so many chicks laying eggs every day. And side by side by that poultry farms, you have another snake farm there where the snakes they used to come to the poultry farm to swallow the eggs. So the thing is that you can see the poultry, they are actually laying eggs, but these eggs are being swallowed by the snake, created by the same person. So that's the story of Obasanjo for me. He had done well, but the institutions that he refused to allow to flourish, those institutions, those failed institutions have now become the albatross of development in Nigeria. We just take one simple example from the US. Look at the FBI today. I think it was created by Theodore Roosevelt and Joseph Bonaparte, if I remember his name clearly, who was the Attorney General then in 1908. And today we know what the FBI stands for. You know, this institution was created to fight corruption. And when Edgar Hoover took over that institution, he took it to a new level to the extent that the institution became bigger than Roosevelt that created that institution, became bigger than the Attorney General, Joseph Bonaparte. So those are the kind of things we are saying. Those are the hallmark of development. Until today, no president, no sitting president can dictate to the FBI unlike what we have in Nigeria. So I'm just using only that as an example of trying to portray how Obasanjo worked so well for the benefit of Nigeria, but at the same time worked so well to ensure that the nation, maybe inadvertently, to ensure that the nation will not progress. So that was my submission about Obasanjo. So in summary, people, as long as we have nations where the will of men supersedes the will of the law, the rule of men supersedes the rule of the law, where men can wake up in their whims and caprices determine the fate of people, where institutions are not maintained, where those factors that govern the nation, the stop plug gap that are supposed to keep everybody in check, if they become detectable by the people, if it is the people that can switch it off and switch it on, tell me the truth, my people, how are we going to move forward? We can never move forward. And not until we begin to have leaders, not just leaders that will give us couple of roads, refinery, blah, 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 and stuff like that. Not until we have leaders that can create institutions that will outlast them, that can put laws in place that will allow outlast them. No matter what they do, no matter the level of development, it will just take one crazy leader to come after them and destroy everything. Everything that Obasanjo did, I'm very sure Buhari could have woken up on the wrong side of his bed and put everything to shambles. That was exactly what Yaradua did. Because when Yaradua came, all the privatization that Obasanjo did, he reversed all of them. Because Obasanjo never allowed the institution to be able to be strong enough to protect the people and protect leadership at the same time. And again, the hallmark of development is supposed to be steel. If you don't have steel, it will be difficult for you to develop. Ajakuta steel was there for 8 whooping years. Obasanjo couldn't do anything about it. But as bad as it is, he's still the best leader that we've had in this democratic dispensation. The only person I can even spare is maybe Jonathan because he spent 5 years, and Yaradua because he spent about 4 years. But other than that, so far so good. Buhari was a fantastically failed leader. And the way Tinubu is going, I think Tinubu's leadership is even going to be worse than Buhari's leadership. So with that, my people, I want to say and good evening to you all, and thank you, Mr. Nanjawosh, for the opportunity, and the people on the panel with me. I say good evening. It's a delight to be with you every day. Thank you, sir, and good night,
Thank
Nigeria.
you. Thank you, Oga Chris. God bless you, sir. Thank you very much. Give us a mandate, please. If you are there, your final submission, sir. Okay, you are not there. We can't hear you. Okay, let me go to next person. Okay, go ahead. 4 minutes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Harris. I appreciate it. Well, I mean, there's not much to say more. Always said today, everybody, wonderful contribution. On the issue of the constitution, right? I think you said some patriots, they call them patriots, they went to the institute to answer. I really don't know if they are using this thing also to even to get money from the government, because all of the reviews that has been done, there was waste reports. Jeff did his own. So all of these things. So instead of us considering another panel, why not bring out waste reports? Why not bring out the one that was done under Jeff? And let's agree on something as a way to even start. Must Tinubu consist his own constitutional review members now? What happened to Jeff's report? What happened to the waste report? For me, I think it's just a way to just spend money on people, and then in the long run, nothing is done. Don't spend any money on anything for now. Bring out what was done under J. Mike Ozekhome is still alive. All of those things were recorded. All of those things were written down in documents. Bring out the documents. If these guys really mean business, start operating on what was done during Jonathan. Mike Ozekhome and most of them that did that, they are still alive. Only go and call them, reference them, bring what was done then, bring it to limelight, and let's start working on that. Don't start anything. I mean, this is how they waste, just waste of money. waste of money. Dangote and the Lumeri that he brought as a quantum economic team. Where is the end today? The economic team that he formed. You the Nigerians forgot that the criminal drug man had the economic team consist of Dangote, Tony Elumelu. What is the result to the economic team? Economic team without anything that we can see. If the economic team truly worked, we won't be where we are today. And those guys have been paid already. So for me, all of this tomorrow you constitute panel, next tomorrow another panel. Hey, the one that was done during Yeradua, what was done during Jonathan, bring those things out. Let's see what we can dust and start working on. And start using something. You consider panel, and that panel will be there for the next how many years? And like Mr. Jonathan said, it's a campaign strategy. For me, bring out what was done under J. My Ozekhome may still be alive. If we need anything to declare, it can create that for Nigerians. I think for me, that's where I'll have it tonight. About Nigerians, let's keep fighting. Thank you very much. Mr. Evis, please respond to my stuff I beg in my email. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, my brother. Thank you so much. I thought I responded to you the other day. That's why I said I responded to you now. You know,
I didn't see a response in my email.
I did. Okay. I'll check again. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. All right. Thank you very much, my people listening to us. Please support your
and also Black Fanta's number. If you can also do that.
Oh, I forgot that. Yes, I'll forward that to you. Yeah. Okay. Let me call on the next person to speak to us. Okay. It's like everybody on the panel have given their submission. Black Panther. Black Panther, you don't give your final submission now.
No.
Okay, go ahead then. Thank you, sir.
Thank you once again. And thanks to everyone. Mama in the diaspora, God bless you, ma. And I want to say once again, I am in line with Mr. Jonathan. Tinubu is not going, I'm sorry to say this, but we are still on track. Tinubu is not going to do anything. Anything that will not make him politically relevant, politically bringing him to power in the next election, he will not have a deal there. Now, I want to borrow the word of Madam Rita. Before I borrow that word, I will say this. And it's like a question and it answers there too. Can the Nigerian people bring him to his knee to give us? Let me trace it again. The Nigerian people bring him to his knee to give us a constitution that we have agreed already that need to go on a referendum, which is the GED constitution, because presently we don't have the resources to go for another one, and we will not agree to go for another one. And I think we shouldn't go for another one. Let him put forward an executive bill forwarded to the National House, and let's see how the argument will go. And that is where the Nigerian people will rise up if such thing happen. That is when we come face to face with the National Assembly, because it has left the presidency. Now we're going to face the National Assembly, and we're going to definitely tell them what we need that is not included in there that should be included. Then we'll now go for the referendum. But now, Tinubu will not do it because of what? The character. Because of what? Because anything that will not benefit him politically to put him back to power, he will not go for it. And I will now borrow Madam Rita's word. We need a benevolent leader that will come in to do the needful, to know what to do and what to deliver and how to deliver it instantly, and from there we can sail to the new Nigeria we want. We need a benevolent leadership that will come. People might say, oh, no, need that. Oh, no. We need a benevolent leadership in the military that will come to solve this issue. The leader you have now, they ain't going to do that. They are not ready. Their mindset is twisted. Their character is nothing to talk about. So therefore, we need, if we cannot bring him to his knee, we need a benevolent leadership. Those are the two options that I believe, like I said, we are the best of Nigeria that are seated here today, that we can see today. We need to start talking on this issue. It's not something we can shy away from. It's not, because military is part and parcel of Nigeria. And if we have the benevolent leadership in them, we can solve it within 78 hours. And we'll say, that is what is happening in Burkina Faso now. The man is doing it, setting up structures, and they are going to have a new constitution very soon that will make them sail. And they will have a strong institution that will make them sail to become a burden to the outside world in terms of technology, in terms of education, in terms of agriculture, in terms of military might. That is what we want to see in African nation. The African Union must be revisited, and the African type of democracy must be formed, so that we can know that this is from us, and we know anywhere there's a defect, we will solve it ourselves. We don't require any Western interference, because that is what is going to block the exploitation of the African continent. When we have our own constitution that is Africanized, that is our own, that comes from our people. That is why they support weak leadership. That is why they support the rusty part of us to lead us, because they are weak and they are afraid. But we of this generation that are the best of Nigeria, we are not afraid, we are not weak. All we want that dialogue on that round table with every tribe, every Nigerian, wherever you are in the part of the world. We want that dialogue so that we can solidify our union, because this union is the best. If we don't go deeper, we will not know what God has given to us. In America, we have different tongues, we have different things. A boy born, a woman born from the descendant of India, who worked in McDonald's, raised up a daughter who became a law student, who became a lawyer, and a well-defined and rugged lawyer, and who rose to the position of the position of the vice president, a senator to a vice president, who had other strong position in California, and rose and is now competing, a nominee of the Democrat as the president nominee in this next election. That is what we want to see in Nigeria. That a boy who was born by a farmer in the north, far north, rose up to become the president of Nigeria. That is the picture of the African constitution we want to see. And we'll be proud of it. We'll be bold with it. We'll be proud to be a member of the military force. We'll be proud to be a police officer. We'll be proud to be a custom officer. That is the constitution we want to see. And that is the new Nigeria we want to see. And we indulge every one of us to start debating on this issue. What other alternative can we do? I have preferred my own, and it's open for anything. Prefer your own solution and see how we are going to get that constitution, because that is the bane of our problem. If we don't solve it, the unity will never be there. Thank you, Niger Watch. May God bless you. I will say once again, congratulations at your 100,000 mark in YouTube. And I will say this is just the beginning. We are going to get to 1 million, and we'll rise up from there to have our own channel like the CNN to start preaching the African news to the rest of the world. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, my dear brother. I appreciate you. A big amen to that. Thank you so much for your time with us today. I appreciate every one of you. We've come to the end of the broadcast. I'd like to appreciate you all again. Madam Patricia, thank you very much. Mr. Jonathan Kingsley, thank you. Mr. Oduwa, Oga Christ, thank you. Black Panther, give us a mandate. I appreciate you all, my people. Those of you that called in, and the love of God is my strength. Oga Shimize, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Those of you that supported the channel today, I have Lady Gina, thank you very much. Madam Bella Naomi, thank you. I have Abu Azi. Oh, Abu Azi super chatted me. Oh, thank you very much, Abu Azi. God bless you. You know, I really do appreciate this. And God bless you. Thank you so much, my people. Everyone right there in the comment section, start with Mother of all Mommy Diaspora. Thank you very much, Mommy. Appreciate you for all you do. Happy weekend to you. Happy weekend to every one of you right there. Abu Azi, once again, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Thank you, Peggy Modi. Thank you, Love Amadoka. Thank you, Madam Bella Naomi. Thank you, Stella Masawedo. Thank you very much. Ajio Deborah, thank you, my good people. I appreciate every one of you right there. Mr. Johnson Emmanuel, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Thank you, everyone. Now here, now go join the curtain. It's Saturday. We need to end the show right now. I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Fingers crossed, by God's grace, by 6 p.m. Nigerian time. Please, before you leave, press on the like button, help us to share. And for those of you going to be playing back our video later on, please subscribe to our channel, hit the notification bell so that you can join a live interaction like this, so that we all can talk and ask questions on a live broadcast. Please also endeavor to like and share our videos whenever you watch any of our videos. Join our membership program and hit on that super thanks button whenever you can. My people, now here we draw the curtain. Have a good night and bye for now.
No more bad government in Nigeria. Nigeria what? The only media that have been consistent speaking against the bad government and for the purpose for reformers. Nigeria what, yo? No more bad government. Nigeria what? No more bad government. Nigeria what? No more bad government. The only media that have been speaking. No more bad government. The voice of the voiceless. No more bad government. No more bad government. For the poor, no more bad government. Nigeria what? No more bad government. Nigeria what media? No more bad government. No more bad government. No more bad government. In Nigeria, no more bad government. No more bad government. No more bad government. The only media, no more bad government. The number one media in Nigeria, no more bad government. That have been speaking against government. No more bad government. Nigeria what? No more bad government. Nigeria what, yo? The voice of the voiceless. The voice of the voiceless. Voice for the voiceless. Voice for the voiceless. Nigeria what media? Voice for the voiceless. Nigeria watch media. The only media that have been speaking against bad government. Being consistency since 1944. Voice for the voiceless. Voice for the voiceless. Umuwame. Voice for the voiceless. Umuwame. Voice for the voiceless. 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 Nigeria watch you. We have been seeing all you guys have been doing, and we recommend them to everyone in Nigeria.